All radio is dead. All radio is dead. All radio is dead.
I'm afraid of radio wars.
You niggas try playing a nigga,
Who is this guy? Who is this? Read that comment down there, Lance. You see it?
This guy Ian Ellis sounds a lot better than Sansi.
This dude has ruined being Asian for dynasties. Forget about Star Trek. There's not going to be another Asian in space for generations.
He's a man with respect. He respects women 150%.
She's not even a real hoe.
This is the dumbest shit I've ever seen in my life. What the fuck were you pushing me to?
And one of her front teeth that is cut with a slant, like a 45-degree angle. How the fuck does that happen? It looks like someone cut it with a rotary tool.
Yeah, get Ian Ellis on the show. He follows me on Twitter.
Spell it, Joe. I spell booty.
He's a radishy cougar. And if he thinks I'm fake news, well, you know what? Come see what fake news is, because I'll teach you what fake news is, because we are real news with Joe the Fighting J. We are real human beings, and nobody disrespects me.
Because you're gay.
Make fun of my show all you want. Hey, I don't care. You're the joke, not me. You're the biggest joke on the face of this earth. You don't know what you're talking. You didn't make sense. You can't even show your own face. It's a stupid mic. I don't need no mic. Do I need a mic to be on my show? No, I don't need a mic. I don't need nothing. I just need a camera. My sports show. That's it. You have a basement that is broken down. Holes in the wall. Welcome to the gaming channel. Give me a frickin' break. I'm better than you 150%.
You address the question. Who addressed the question, you fucking bitch-ass chinkster? Seriously, who wants to watch Rice Star?
You got me.
Are you fucking scheming?
Yes,
Yeah,
Timmer works really hard all day to put these shows together so that he can get 15-minute cam shows.
Yeah.
Yes.
We get like guys that are just literally obsessed with Patrice O'Neal. I don't understand that.
No, I apologize. My name's
I
Ian.
know.
Let me
Fuck
introduce
you.
myself.
I laughed at all of your jokes. I laughed at all of Alan's jokes. I'm always good to people. Go fucking fuck yourself, dude.
What do you feel like I did to you?
Just go. Just don't talk to me.
I
Do not talk to
apologize.
me. Do not talk to me. Go away.
All right. Well, I apologize
Well,
if I
no,
made you
I
feel
don't give a
bad.
shit. Go fuck yourself.
I want to make amends.
Yeah, no, you're horrible. You were horrible, and you humiliated me in front of a room of people that I care about and respect. So please go away.
I apologize
No,
if I
you're not
made you
even
feel
any
bad.
good. So please go away.
Thank you.
No,
and I'm sorry.
go fuck yourself. Fucking take your fucking shitty fucking fedora and go eat a dick.
So this little fag, he goes, I don't like radio wars, and he fucking does this shit?
Ladies, don't be confused by that, guys. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the wacky, wild, and wonderful world of With Apologies here on the Not Cosmic Brother Cam, only temporarily. First, we're going to bring up your hostess with the mostest, my man, Slian Slellis. Hit him, Ian. Let him know what's up.
What's up? What's happening? We got
Always,
some very special
always
guests in
hope.
the house tonight, baby.
Oh, yes, we're going to bring him up in a second. But, before we get this plane off the ground, let's introduce the co-host, the co-pilot, CEO, the Kalanza Pam Kid. And we got a very special guest. Ian, you ready for him to come up on here, come up aboard the With Apologies SS?
Let's get him up here. Let's get him on deck.
Guys, he's a comedian, podcaster, self-proclaimed funny man, Ryan Long.
Yeah! Bruh, 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 bruh.
All right. Hey, how come I can't see any of you guys? It's only me.
Because we're audio only, stupid.
All right.
Ryan,
What's up, boys?
I'm dying to talk to you, but there's this guy, Kenny, and we didn't get to do his bit last week, and he's begging to come.
Who gives a shit about Kenny? I want to say
If
that
Kenny's big,
I
gotta
want to know
happen.
what
It's gonna
happened with Karate Man. What happened with Karate Guy?
Are you talking to me?
Yeah, man.
Oh, the guy from the guy from
I've
my
been
video.
watching all your clips.
That guy's dude. Union Square in New York is just 100% taken over by the psychos. Like it used to be 30-70. Now it's just 95-5. Like there's one normal guy there, and you go back, it's the same guys every week, so you can just keep getting them over and over again.
Yeah, the one that was trained by Jerry Bonadonna or whatever.
Yeah, that guy's the man. Dude,
And
that guy,
he would not fight the guy. He wouldn't fight.
dude, it's so funny too. That guy that says he's the devil, he's there. He's there. So he gets gloves and he sets up, and I guess he gets people to give him like $5 for him to like beat them up. That's his whole gimmick.
As Satan?
Yeah, that's Satan. He's very, yeah, but he talks normal. Like he's a pretty normal guy. He's like, I'm fucking Satan, and you're like, what time is it? And he's like, oh, it's 5 now. Yeah, it's getting dark.
End is nigh. End is nigh.
Yeah, he's mad normal, but he's very into being Satan.
Ryan, I want to bring this guy Kenny up before we get into our interview. We made a documentary about him, and he's become quite popular, and now he's turned into Hollywood Kenny. So I'm hoping you can help me give him some advice, because you've weathered the storm quite well. Cosmic Brother Cam, can we bring Kenny up here?
What's up, guys?
Kenny, we have a big, important guest on our show that we've been dying to talk to. And it seems like you take precedent. So what? What do you want, Kenny?
Well, I wanted to do my bit, but I don't have to do it. I can wait till the guy leaves. You can.
I'd love to hear the bit.
Do the bit.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. I'm concerned that your drug use CEO has made Ian less successful. He could have been as big as Pete Davidson, King of Chicago movie. The King of Chicago movie could be out now. Also, they have turned you from top douche around here into a Madden playing.
Kenny, can you take a moment to clear your throat? I know you're excited.
Okay.
I've never heard a throat sound dry and wet at the same time.
Okay, the drugs have also turned you from into a Madden playing pussy boy. Dude, CEO, you want to be the next Tucker Carlson? Tucker is a beta.
Kenny,
I'm not
haven't
done.
we indulged you enough? Haven't we done enough?
When I first came on this show, you were like
He's powering through.
the uncreepy Bill O'Reilly. O'Reilly is a alpha. Bottom line, dude, you have gone soft. Man up, son.
All right. Thank you, Kenny.
That was not a good bit.
No.
We'll workshop it, Kenny. Just next time, we're just gonna hit next time. Don't worry.
Yeah.
All right, we're gonna go back to our guest that we've been excited about
Enough
all week.
the autism hour.
That's pretty funny.
Ryan, I gotta know like how you feel about situations like this, because you're big on like, holding down the front lines of shit, but you're also fighting for scumbags like us. Like, how do you feel about that?
Like us?
Dude, I would say that there is this thing right now where everyone's like, oh, these people are like too far out. And you're like, what interesting person doesn't have like 10 friends that are fucking psychopaths?
That's true. Ian's got at least 6.
Yeah.
Right.
Dude. If I look at like my like, especially in comedy, like who that's super funny isn't kind of too extreme sometimes.
Yeah.
Well, Crystal Lee is the other way around.
Oh shit.
Ryan, I'm dying to know we're big Dante Nero fans. Can you tell us about meeting the Beige Buffalo?
Oh, are you guys do you actually like Dante?
We used to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Why? What's wrong? What happened with Dante? Why is he in the bad books now?
CEO.
Ian, he was your fucking friend. Don't fucking
Ian, he owes you like $500. Let's be honest. Let's start with the $500.
Oh, he owes you money?
Yeah, he owes
$500. Ryan, what's your history with like Patrice and Dante and all that shit?
Dude, I only moved to New York like 8 months ago, so I met all these people recently.
You met Patrice?
No, Dante.
I took you for a comedy nerd, man. I listened to your last podcast. You're like, comedy's full of nerds. They know all this shit.
Yeah. No, I meant a little different type, but I like Patrice. Yeah. But Dante in real life, do you guys know him? I like, to me, he was kind of one of those guys that when I first moved to New York, he was super nice.
Ian, don't just give me 1 second to do a little aside. Ian,
Yeah.
You invited Ryan on here,
Mm-hmm.
and now you're trying to put it on me where I have to be the guy to grill him about Dante when Dante was your friend, the guy that you looked up to. I always thought Dante was shit.
Yeah,
He
what
got
happened?
you
What's
that
the story?
Verizon plan.
I feel like we're constructing a narrative here when it would be better to just be exploratory. Like, I just want to hear about what it was like being on the Square Pimp podcast.
I gotta. How about this? Let's make it easy. I gotta ask, what happened with that girl? The one when you were talking about. See, I was like, I can't tell if I like Ryan and hate his comedy or hate his comedy and like Ryan, because he did this one bit where he does this one thing where he's on the street and he asks people questions. That's like his thing to do, and he was asking the one about pedophiles and should we let them fuck like 10,000 kids and get it out of their system. And I'm fucking dying laughing. I was like, okay, I like this guy. I like this guy after that one.
I just did some fucked up shit on the street the other day. I did like I was asking people if they could like make sure that there's nothing sexist at their house, and they were telling me, and then but I just kept saying like, well, would you let me come to your house to check it out? And they're like, oh, the whole thing was just me being like, oh, they're like, oh, my roommate's there, and I go, yeah, we'll just call them, and they go, I can't go for an hour. I go, yeah, call your roommate, see if I could go wait there, unless you have something to hide. And it like seemed like I was about to do like some bit about sexism, but it was just me bugging people to come to their houses for 2 minutes.
That's one thing that Ryan does well is like you can tell he's all about the troll. He has a great way of getting them to look one way and do his own bit.
Yeah, because
the misdirection thing, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ryan, I think you're great. I love the sketches. I haven't seen too much of the comedy, but I love the sketches, and I enjoy the podcast too.
Comedy and just do sketches. Like that's the thing. Like I think the sketches you do are amazing.
Yeah, I think we all every stand-up kind of quit comedy. So
yeah, Ian quit. Here's the thing about Ian. Ian is almost 40, and he's made a deal with me that he would quit comedy when he's 40 years old. And I'm trying to get him to quit earlier than that. I don't think it's gonna happen.
I mean, I might be benched for the next 2 years. That might just be what COVID is.
Yeah, exactly right. I mean,
yeah, man.
There's with this that's the reason I started making. I mean, I was doing sketches for like TV and stuff when I was in Canada, but then when COVID happened, I was like, all right, I got to do something. So I'll make sketches every week.
Yeah, man.
Dude, you just got to New York. Are you like, are you fucking kidding me?
Yeah, isn't that fucked, dude? Like, is there any worse timing? I was here for 3 months and I just got past it, like the 3 or 4 main clubs, and I worked there for like, 3 weeks, and then this happened. It was
Came to fulfill his dream and got there, and there's just morgue trucks on the streets, just dead bodies piling the sidewalks. Is it everything you thought it was, Ryan?
Yeah, dude, I can't even really go back either, because I was gonna go back for 3 weeks, and they put a restriction. So if you go back, you have to quarantine for 2 weeks.
Oh,
but
you're fucking stuck.
Yeah, exactly. So if I want to go, I'd have to go for 3 weeks, but I wanted to go do like some weekends there because it's a bit more open, and you can't even do that. So I don't know. I'm just like, whatever. I'm a podcaster now. I'm streaming. Although I'll tell you what, I have liked the fact that because there's this, I've been a comedian in TV and whatever, but as far as like this streaming world, I consider myself like a guest in this whole thing, and it has been cool to do a lot of people's things because normally they're at night, and I wouldn't have been able to do that. So the last few days I've done a few of those and stuff. So that's kind of cool. That's something.
Yeah.
Whose show have you been on?
Last night I did Amish Patel. He's like a Canadian comic, but he does this thing with this guy. Fuck, what's the guy's name? But he has like 300,000 subscribers, and they do a big stream. So we did like a 3-hour one last night. But I can't remember the guy's something Zilla. Fuck, I can't remember his thing. But they do it together, and my boy Amish is the one who set it up. But it was pretty fun.
Word.
He didn't think about changing that for maybe a YouTube name. He's like Anish Patel.
Yeah,
we're taking it to tubes.
You want to know if this guy Amish? He's the star of like a kid show in Canada, but he like years ago was like kind of tight with Gavin McInnes.
Oh shit!
But he's like hardcore, like kind of a I don't know, whatever, like dirtbag left dude or whatever you call it. But that's kind of like his whole brand. So whenever when all the Proud Boy stuff was happening, we were photoshopping him and Gavin in like Proud Boy outfits. Dude, I went wild with it. Like my whole Facebook account was just like photoshopping him and Gavin into places.
Did you get to meet the great McGinnis?
No, I haven't met him. I don't think he's like around like that, to be completely honest. It seems like in the previous years he was like in the mix, like doing Legion of Skanks and all that stuff. But I don't think it feels like he's kind of like out of the game as far
Out
as
of
like
the
being
comedy
public.
loop?
I don't know, dude. I think
Is he still working with Milo and doing a podcast?
Well, that's censored TV.
I don't know.
Yeah, man.
Ryan, the CEO said you seem like someone who's dying to be on the Joe Rogan podcast.
Well, I mean, I don't think I'm dying to be on it, but there is something to be said about like that is the only thing in the world that can like change your life right now.
Well,
That's
for
true.
now,
Because this certainly isn't going to do it, Ian.
Dude, if you go on Kimmel, you'll get like 40 Twitter followers. I know people that have done 20 late night sets and didn't do anything. Like, I know people that have gone on Rogan and then like the next month they're like selling out every show. So I mean,
yeah, he made Tim Pool cool. It's amazing.
Well,
he can do that. Yeah, dude. He kind of. I mean, if you're good on it and people like you, I'm sure there's people that went on and didn't do anything. But if you go on Rogan and you kill, that like will, kind of set it up for at least for your shows for the next 6 months.
Yeah.
All right.
Dude,
Well,
he's basically handing you money by putting you on his show.
I was thinking about it, and you're the kind of guy that should be on his radar. Like, if he cares about comedy and edgy comedy and, bringing up and coming comics up the ranks,
yeah,
you're exactly the kind of person he should be reaching out to right now.
I have a theory, and you can tell me. So a lot of people message me that know him because, like, since I moved to New York, I know a lot of people that know him and that kept sending him my videos. And I have a theory that I bet a guy like him doesn't like to be told who he's supposed to have on. You know what I mean?
Absolutely not. There's no way.
You know what I mean? I bet you the fact that 5 people are like, you got to check out this Ryan Long guy. He'll go, I'll check him out when I'm good and ready. You know what I mean? I
Good and goddamn ready.
Yeah. I feel like that might be a part of it. Too many people bugged him about it.
Yeah, but the thing is, here's the thing, is like Ryan Long, this guy right here, he's one of like the only people out there who I swear you do almost what's the fuck is that guy? What's that light skinned guy that's on the TV show?
Eric Andre?
Yeah, man. You do almost like an Eric Andre thing.
Yeah. I was like huge into Tom Green. I don't know if you guys are into any of that.
Oh,
stuff,
I know
but
Tom.
That was like
I don't know him, but
yeah. When I was like a kid, I mean, that was like huge for me. Tom Green. I liked Ali G show and Nathan For You. Like I was pretty into all that stuff. So that like when I had TV shows in Canada, which I had too, they were both like that kind of messing with people's stuff.
Well,
man,
you
it's
seem a lot
gotta be
smarter
like,
than them.
Jamie Kennedy experiment. Dude, honestly, there is this thing where you watch a good sketch or movie and it still won't make me laugh as much as like the best like just for laughs gags where a guy like slips on a banana peel. Like that messing with people's stuff when you're just like fucking with people, it makes so much. There's like something so great about it.
Oh man, I'll be honest. Like this is the thing is I came in hating you because I fucking hate merch.
Dude, that's everyone,
right?
dude. Every person comes in hating me.
No,
because I look like a douchebag.
For me, it was way more personal because I'm like, I fucking hate merch.
Oh,
right. And
yeah, I don't know, but that's how I feel about all this streaming stuff. Where I know everyone has all these. I went on Killstream once, and everyone's like, I can't talk this guy. I can't. I don't know all these feuds. Like, I think one of the things in stand up is you still have to fucking see these people, so you can't just have fucking fights with everyone. But
Ian does.
Yeah, I don't know. I can't. There is this thing too where, I kind of had this argument with them a little bit with people they're in fights with. You go, all right, but you have to admit that guy's funny. Like, I don't know if you feel like that, but you have to admit Mersh is funny.
Merch has made me laugh for sure.
Yeah,
but
he's a funny motherfucker, dude.
He fucking sent his Spurgs with apologies and got the channel taken down for 6 months when he claims that he would never do shit like that. But that's what I'm saying. Like, here's the thing. I'm gonna let you in on behind the curtain. Ian wants me to fight with you. That's what he desperately wants.
No.
Oh,
And I'm like, I've seen too many of his clips where I'm like, I can't hate this guy because he's making me laugh so much.
All right, well, I appreciate that because I don't want to be that dude. Like,
yeah,
dude, I've had a lot of people message me being like, since in the last little while, going, oh, want to come debate me on my channel, like these guys that do these debate things or whatever. And I kind of, it's like, I don't know. I don't want to be like a political debate guy. Like I want to fucking make funny videos and shit like that. So I just don't know if I want to do any of that stuff and get in fights on the internet and shit.
You are right on that fucking razor's edge where we're like, is this guy a political guy? Is this cool Daily Show guy?
Yeah, I don't think there's a cool daily show guy right now. That's for sure.
I love that you have a commitment to funny. I wanted to ask you about Rogan because he is dog shit about talking to new comedians, and a lot of times he'll just change to talking about coyotes.
Yeah, coyotes, fucking bows and arrows.
That's to be honestly though, that's on you though a little bit, right? Not you specifically, but I go, if I went on Rogan for 3 hours and half an hour and he's like, so fucking bears are crazy, I go, I fucked up. Like I'd feel like that was my fault. You know what I mean?
Would you address it? Would you be like, Joe,
give me another chance. Like, okay, can I tell you a story? Because it is true. I mean, there's these things where I go, if you're on Joe Rogan, you know you have to bring like the craziest 3 hours. Like he doesn't have to give a shit. He can sit there. It's up to you to do your thing for 3 hours. I feel like a little bit. So if you're boring him, then I mean, that's a little bit your fault.
Yeah, Ian.
I mean, not this, you know, again, not you two, but if I went on Joe Rogan and in 30 minutes I watched him tune out, I would like be, fuck, I fucked up. I did this wrong.
Yeah, but you know the thing is about that is like, all right, you know, I'm gonna ask you a question. Here's something I've thought about a lot because I've thought about Rogan's show, and I think Ali Makovsky, that last one, I feel like he is really scraping the bottom of the bucket at this point.
Why are you listening to that?
I was only watching it because it was on Red Bar. I fucking don't watch it.
Yeah, that the only ones that I listen to like one every like 10 or 15, but I did listen to like half of the Blaine one, and I thought that guy was pretty cool.
Oh, David Blaine.
Yeah, I was, dude. I liked just the way he was talking about all the magic stuff, where you like realize you're like, oh, he's not even a magician. He's just literally burying himself and lying there for 30 days. Yeah, you're like, he's not even magic. He's just like, I'm doing this trick where I put like a spike through my stomach. You're like, what are you doing? You're like, I just try to miss the organs when I put the spike through. Like, Jesus.
He's a trickless magician.
Yeah, he's just doing wild ass shit. It's not even magic.
Ryan, what shows do you listen to?
Like in terms of podcasts?
I mean, whatever. Do you watch TV still?
No, I don't. You know, not really that much, to be honest.
I imagine you're probably too busy to really watch most shit.
Yeah, I try to keep up with like a lot, you know, sometimes what my friends are doing and with the New York season, like what the New York people are doing. LA people, I think only like if Tim Dillon or Rogan had someone big on, I would check that out. I think the funniest, if I was to say like podcast world in terms of like comedians who I think's the funniest right now, probably Come Down and Legion of Skanks, I would say.
I knew he was gonna say Come Down. Ian wants me, he badly wants me to like Come Down, and I told him I can't get into it.
Whether you like it's not even like, for me, it's not even that I like it so much. It's just a matter of like, these guys are at the fucking top of their game for being funny. Stav's the man. Like, I don't know, Nick Mullen's like one of the funniest guys in the world.
Stav?
That's what Ian says.
No, I say Nick Mullen.
Nick Mullen's
is like
one of the funniest people that
he's
ever
like
lived.
He's a living legend.
Yeah.
But Stavros? You picking
I
the
know him.
backup dancer?
I know Stavros personally. Like, he's like a fucking cool dude. He kills on stage. It's funny on the podcast. But yeah, I agree with you. Nick Mullen's like one of the funniest people that ever lived, dude. He's like, he's just so quick. He's got that like, he's just quicker than everybody else right now. So when you watch it, it's more of like, a lot of times I watch the other things to be like, how funny is other shit right now? Like, what's the best? How do you beat it? Obviously, sort of people to pay attention to is, I mean, that shit. But then in terms of podcasts, it always goes through phases, right? Like I remember there was a while where I was kind of getting into like the Tim Ferriss and like those guys that are all like How to Be Great. And then basically if you listen to Tony Robbins, it's all like, okay, what you need to do when you wake up is take like 10 ice baths. And you're like, all right, I'm not doing that. So I guess I'm done with these guys.
Fuck that.
they just got so extravagant. What about you? What's one of your guys' favorite shows? What do you think the two best are right now?
I met Stavros and who's the other one? Adam?
Yeah.
I met them when
I've done shows with them.
When I was kicking it with Dante. And I didn't know who they were at the time. I just remember it because Stavros is such a weird fucking looking maniac. I was like, who is this toothless hillbilly they've allowed in the club? Why is he here?
Yeah. Yeah, I kind of like respect his like not giving a fuckness on that shit. He's like, I'm just gonna not have teeth. I'm like,
yeah,
kind of a G
I can
move.
fix it. Fuck you. Yeah.
Yeah, they got like millionaires. You just like fuck it. I think they're funny.
I've been searching for your interview with Dante, and I can't find
what on his thing. When I did his,
yeah.
Yeah, that was like the first week I moved to New York.
Did he put you in the? Tell me that story. How did you meet Dante?
No, I had someone that I met. So someone that I met when I first came here. Like a lot of people kind of were pretty helpful, but some chick was like, "Hey, like if you want, I'll introduce you to a few people to do some podcasts to kind of meet people." And that's how I met him. Like it was just super quick. She was like, "Hey, Dante says he'll have you on," and then that's it. I hadn't met him before that. But then now I've seen him a bunch of times because we do the same clubs.
Who is this chick?
Aaliyah Janine, the porn star.
So you met a little bad bitch, and she was like,
"Oh, she's a
Ryan,
comic.
you're
She's a comic."
I've been loving on Legion of Skanks. One of the things they've been posting a lot is like porn stars that have moved on. And so they'll show them giving some serious interview next to their actual fucking hardcore porn.
Yeah, I know. There's so much of those in comedy right now.
Is Janine funny?
I don't know if you just saw. No, yeah, she's cool. Did you see what?
Cool is not funny.
No, Aaliyah's funny.
Ryan, the chat wants to know what wine cooler are you drinking right now, buddy?
Dude, wine cooler. It's a White Claw.
Oh shit, no laws. All right.
Yeah, that's what this is in my bodega.
You were gonna be fucking torn up, man.
Did you see? I don't know if you saw this, but this was a repost.
We're gonna get the explicit.
Sorry. The repost. I just posted a video last week, but it was a repost from like a while ago from the Hard Times. But I made a video with all these porn stars and Abella Danger. I don't know if you know who that is. And Riley Reid were there. Dude, it was fucking. So Abella Danger was like basically passed out. And I was like, yo, can you just read this thing? And we literally had to do it word by word. And then it was fucking wild, dude. And then Riley Reid, she was talking to her, like, I don't know if it was like a manager or like a handler, whatever the fuck's there for her. And then this person, so she was arguing, they were talking about her boyfriend, like they weren't porn stars. And she was like, yeah, I don't know. It's just we're having trouble because he has a problem with my work right now. And I was like, you mean that you fucked 9 guys yesterday?
Yeah, no shit.
Dude, she was trying to talk to her friends like as if she has like normal life. It's so funny. You're like, oh, this person doesn't get it.
I really wanted to know, like, how did you get a hold of these hoes?
So I had a sponsorship with Fleshlight. Remember they were like throwing money around back in the day? Yeah. So I said to Fleshlight, I was like, hey, we'll do a sponsored video for you. Can you get any porn stars? And they're like, we're doing this shoot here if you can come. So we showed up. That was it. And they're like, you have a half an hour with the porn stars. Dude, they were getting their pussies fucking waxed or molded into fleshlights in the next room. And then they would go like webcam. And then we're like, can you come over here and do our fucking comedy video? Dude, it was a wild scene. Me and Matt Sancombe, the guy who runs Hard Times. It was fucking insane.
It's like a fucking assembly line of pornography where they
I'm not kidding. That's what it was. That's exactly what it was. They would get their pussy plastered, and then they would do a webcam, and then they would do like what's it called? Well, you know, with The Sopranos when they like the director's commentary, they would do commentary on their thing. It was fucking wild, dude. It was so funny.
Holy shit.
I'm now gonna have to rent a porn because I've never considered that they would have commentary.
No, it's probably on their like OnlyFans or some shit. You know what I mean?
One of my comedy friends just turned to OnlyFans today.
Oh my god, they've been messaging me nonstop, so they're trying to like get comics on there. That and the Cameo people, like they've reached out like 40 times. I'm like, I don't want to fucking do cameos. And I don't want to have an OnlyFans.
The only might be good. Like they reached out to Lewis too.
Yeah, I know he's doing that.
Eventually, YouTube's gonna they're even gonna come for you. Like you're really good at knowing how to go just up to the line, but they're gonna come for you.
Yeah.
And Only is nice just because it's like you can have a backup of all your files and shit.
Yeah, there is a way around all these things too that I don't want to do. Like there's all these YouTube agencies and they all stink and just steal your money. But the one thing they can do is like get your account back if it gets hacked, or not hacked, if it gets like they take it down. So there is other options.
Wait. Are you fucking kidding me? Tell me, this is top secret, high level shit. Tell me the story.
If you look at like Jenna Marbles and you see she's represented by like Studio 71 or whatever, like if they take down her account, like that guy can just call their contact at YouTube and is like, what's up? Like, so there is, it's kind of like verification. Like you're always like, how did that guy get verified? And you're like, his manager called the guy at Twitter. That's how. So it's the same thing with this. Like there is a place where you can actually have contacts with these people, and I don't have them, but that is maybe one of the benefits of potentially signing with these places is when they eventually do that, at least maybe I could get it back or something.
I wonder, like this guy Leafy just got taken down.
Oh,
I wonder if he had an
dude.
agent and they just started like blocking the calls. They're like, nope, no coming back from this one.
You know what's funny? I was talking to when I've been talking to these industry people, like the first question I ask everyone is like, you know, like what do you do when someone gets canceled? Like, what do you think of that? And none of them give a shit, right? So they all go, oh, you know, whatever. Because, but the truth is like, when it actually happens, like they'll let you go, and then the story becomes the agent drops you, and it's like it all adds to it, right? So it's like I want to avoid that, and then they go, so I'm like, well, what would you do? And then the guy's like, oh, well, I would stay with my clients unless obviously if you did something like racist or whatever. I go, yeah, that's what they're gonna say. Yeah, exactly that. So, yeah. Okay, so when that inevitably happens, what is your take on it?
Yeah, man.
This is like a 2-part question. Like, you're never going to get busted for what you think you're going to get busted for. You're going to get busted for some innocuous shit you're not worried about. But
I know.
What's some of your shit you're worried you could get busted about? And how do you plan to handle it when it comes?
Oh, fuck. It's like one of those things where I change it every day. It really is. Like I don't know. Have you guys had any of that stuff where you got busted for something big, or they strikes or taken down?
I've been canceled several times.
Yeah.
And, you know, like I thought I would be canceled by like the opposition, but I was canceled by like comics, my own friends, and like people that I thought loved me. Yeah.
Dude, that's the only people that really came for me work in the industry. It's fucking insanity.
I mean, that Ian. You remember you went out to LA, and like the one TV show that puts you on, it gets canceled right before the episode comes out.
That's a different kind of cancel.
Oh no,
Ryan, tell me about the people that have come for you.
Well,
you have war stories.
Yeah, I mean, it's the fucking worst. But I do have like a few things that I've been thinking. Like, for example, every time I'm talking to like television and stuff like that, I'm trying to make, like, if I take a show or something like that, I want to make a deal where we don't make the big announcements first, and we kind of film the show low key and just release it when it's already done. Because that a lot of times,
some security for your fucking.
Yeah, because once they make the show, it's done. But if they, what happens is they sell the show and then they make these big press releases like, we're making a show with so and so, and then 2 days later they're like, yeah, we're not gonna do that anymore.
You don't want to get Shane McGillicuddy.
Yeah, dude, that's exactly what I don't want to get. That's a perfect example. They asked me to submit for SNL, and I just said no, I don't want to do that because, like, even if like, for what? So you can hire me for 50 seconds. Best case scenario, worst case scenario was a lot of work for nothing.
I applaud you for that. That's the most gangster shit I've ever heard. That makes you like a hero to me. That you'd be like, yeah, I don't give a fuck about SNL.
Well, it's not even that I don't give a fuck about it. It's 3 weeks to put together this fucking package when I'm like doing, it's like, I've been just doing this for a long time, and I have something that's like, I'm making money. I have something that's working. They're like, hey, do you want to go spend 2 weeks, like take some shot like that? And I'm like, not really. Like, I hate doing that shit.
I fucking love you. I love everything about this guy.
You guys flip, dude. I swear, when I first came to, the one thing was stand up that helped, because when I first came to New York, I could tell everyone's like, who the fuck is this guy? He looks like an idiot. And like a lot of times guys that look, cocky or whatever do fucking suck at stand up. So, but the stand ups in Toronto. So when I had this last video that went really big, there's like stand ups that like I kind of know. They were posting, they go, Ryan's going down a dark path and this, and you know what I mean? They go, oh, Ryan. And I go, first of all, like, I don't know what the fuck you think I've been making for 10 years, you fucking retards. But the problem is, this is what makes them so mad, is because they're making this like dog shit fucking like industry comedy. And then when someone's like, oh yeah, we're just going to like make what we actually think is funny, and then everyone likes it more, they're like, well, we got to stop this because this is making it very hard for us to make our shit. So that's why they're all trying to stop it. And the one guy, that's kind of, I'm not going to say this guy's name, but his best friend called me a month before because he made some like super left-wing thing that was kind of like making fun of toxic masculinity or whatever, right? And it was like kind of pandering to the left or whatever. And then everyone kind of peaked on him, and the like people were just like, yo, you're a fucking pussy, dude. And like they went hard on him, right? And he was just like, I don't know, I thought that's what you think. You just say women are awesome in your sketches. He's just one of those guys. Like, he's not in it, right? He's just like looking at what you do in Hollywood, and he's like, I guess this is what I do, right? So everyone got so mad. He actually called me and he's like, yo, everyone's like flipping out on me. It's like, what do you do? Because I thought you'd be a good guy to ask. Like, what do you do when everyone's trying to cancel you or whatever? And then a week later, all his friends are doing it, and you could tell he was kind of like, "Fuck, I wish you didn't call Ryan because I would have get in on this."
Yeah,
they're all fucking weasels.
I have to say, I mean, and Ian could tell you, I don't laugh, but I think your thing and Red Bar might be the only things that have made me laugh this whole year.
Really?
Your interviews on the street. Oh fuck.
Thanks, dude.
I'm telling you, I think that should be the show. I think you should honestly just say fuck all the stand up and do that, because that shit's hilarious.
Yeah, you can do both as long as you don't have any social life whatsoever.
No,
but...
I know. I'm just saying. How about have the social life, but just be
Hey,
the
that
guy
is-
on the street.
Yeah, just live there. No, I that is like the thing that I'd want to do the most, I guess. But the truth is, like, it's almost like you said the same thing that you'll never get canceled for what you know. It's like the thing that connects, and you never get to pick it either. Where it's like I kind of almost like that stuff the best, but for some reason, even when I was with the Hard Times and my series at CBC, it's like for some reason my sketches has always been the thing that kind of connected and like went viral like crazy. So for some reason, those are the things that I seem to connect with other people the most with. So, you know, who knows? It's like they can come at you and be like, hey, we want a sketch show. And you're like, yo, can I just be on the street? But I think that's the thing that everyone keeps calling me about anyway.
Well, how prepared are you to go it alone? Because your buddy Bill Burr, we feel like he's someone that stopped towing the line.
Yeah, he posted my one video, and then he wasn't ready for the smoke that it brought him.
Did he end up deleting that, or
no, he
reach
didn't
out?
delete it, but everyone got mad, and he kind of talked about it on his podcast. He's like, I don't know, I just thought it was funny. Am I wrong? Like he was.
You know
like
what, though? It was good. It was good. I thought, what do I know? I didn't sit there and read the transcript. It was good.
Yeah, exactly. You could tell that he kind of like posted it, went back to his phone an hour, and he was like, what did I do? Is there something I'm missing here? And I was like, yo, people don't like this stuff. I mean, you're not going at it alone if you have you know, my little crew and my friends and whatever. But as far as like the industry, dude, the industry is so retarded. Like, if think about how crazy it is if you look at what's going on at these fucking companies and you look at like the Tim Dillons, like you said, you know, Nick Mullen and Andrew Schultz, and you're like, okay, the biggest comedians that are making the best stuff aren't part of this system. At some point, people are like, oh, the system sucks. Got it. So
yeah, I always wondered about Nick, where I'm like, like what the fuck?
I mean, they're making $1 billion a year, but
Ian, can I address a few questions in the chat?
Absolutely.
Okay, all right. Ross Dog wants to know how gay you are.
Dude, everyone. There's something about like my sketches and that I always think it's funny to be gay. In my fucking stand-up, there's like 15 minutes of me talking about two dudes having sex. Just primal 2-year-old humor.
But like, how funny? Like, would you put a dick in your mouth?
No, I don't. I'm not like that's like too frat boy shit for me, to be completely honest.
Ian's done that. So the other
I was never into that like jock, like we're jerking each other off, but it's like ironic.
Yeah, Ian did it where it wasn't ironic, but that's a story for a different time.
If you do too, it cancels out. So
yeah.
Helen's here.
Hi guys.
Oh Christ.
Christ on a cross stick.
Ian?
Helen, let CEO get through the comments and then we'll bring you in.
Okay. So far the people do seem to like Ryan, so that's good. Helen DeKellar wants to know, how old is too old to try and keep making it in comedy?
I mean, I guess there's the famous Rodney Dangerfield. He was 115, I believe it was. So.
Okay.
Get no respect. Oh.
Dude, the truth is, the problem isn't that how old you are. I think you guys might agree too that like it gets like how much are you willing to slum it in your 30s? You know, so if you're a dude and you're like 36 and you're like, okay, I'm gonna fucking not have a job and do all this stuff and make no money. I think eventually you're like, for what?
Oh,
Ryan,
Mr. Cardinal, Ian, Mr. Cardinal asked, when's Ryan leaving? Jesus Christ. I don't know. Listen, here's the thing. It was right up until the fucking like 10 minutes before we were on air. I couldn't decide if I like Ryan or not. It was right before, man. I'm telling you, Ian or Ryan has like you guys. If you haven't seen his man on the street shit, it's one of the only things that makes me laugh nowadays. It really is. There's like 6 things that make me laugh, and that's one of them.
Yeah, I appreciate it, dude. That's fucking sick.
Well, I'm telling the chat, go if they don't want to watch this, go watch that.
No, I got it. Yeah. Dude, I'm telling you, I know what you're saying. Like you're like, oh, I swear, like tell my audience these guys are sick. But there's been no shortage of my entire life people that were like, fuck this guy, and then 6 months later they're like, nah, this guy's actually cool.
Yeah, but I did it 10 minutes ago. Is what I'm saying.
yeah. Well, that's what I mean. It took you a while.
Yeah, man.
Ryan, do you like you have money coming in through your Patreon and stuff? Do you feel like you've made it enough to where you're like,
no,
I just keep growing this organically?
No, I'm 34 years old,
Right.
or 35. I just turned 35 last week. So like I moved here at like a different point in my life. Like I had a bunch of TV shows. I saved some money. I bought a house. So I mean, for me, I'm not making that much for my Patreon, but like all combined, I'm making like a good living or whatever. So I mean, for me, it's
Now, what do you consider a good living, Ryan Paul?
like what's my
Can I call you
income
Ryan
last
Paul?
year?
Yeah.
I don't know. I live in the East Village of Manhattan. That's kind of expensive.
That is expensive. That's not cheap. That's not small pickings there.
You couldn't get in the West Village?
That's where all the gays are.
Well, that's fabulous. That'd be like the most hilarious
You
place
blend
to
in well
live.
there.
Yeah.
You do have a very feminine qualities. Not quality. That's the wrong way to put it. The voice.
Rex, if you want to get up here, go ahead.
Yeah, that's
you
for
make for a good character of a homosexual, right?
yeah, definitely.
Have you ever thought of typecasting as like a homosexual in a movie, or do you have any future movie works?
Yeah, I have thought of typecasting as a homosexual in a movie. I was just thinking about that.
Well, I love that you. I love that your show, because you're kind of like on the, you'd be deemed like the conservative side of shit, but when you're like, for the boys, like just in case any of you like retards are actually against gays, like, hey, I'm a total faggot, so if you like me, you better like gays.
Oh, just to clear it up, I'm not gay.
Oh. Don't say
Well,
that.
we're all horribly disappointed.
Like, let's see, do you have a girlfriend, right?
Yeah, I do. I got a chick right now. I love the conservative thing. So fucking funny, dude. Where they just like anyone they don't like, they're like, this guy's conservative. It's just like the funniest way to try to put people in a box. When all those bloggers, like the comedy bloggers, they write like an article about Legion of Skanks. They're like, these guys are conservative comedians, and you're like, you guys are running out of like reasons to. You're like, we hate them. You're like, let's figure out why second. You're like, I don't know. They're conservative. Is that something?
They only see 2 teams.
Well,
Yeah.
Ian is a big fan of Proud Boys, but he doesn't consider himself conservative. Isn't that right, Ian?
Uhuru.
Those guys, when we did it, my buddy, I don't know if you know the guy that's in like a lot of my videos, Danny Polishuk, Danny Jokes. He's like a funny comic that also moved here with me, and he's he did like a free speech show, and everyone got super fired up in Canada because they're pretty crazy, and like Antifa like broke the locks on the door, and it was this whole thing, and the Proud Boys. He did like a theater second, and then the Proud Boys reached out and they're like, yo, we'll come do like security for free. And he hired them, and so like
Jesus.
10 Proud Boys came out and like watched the doors, but they let someone through, and then they came in and pulled the fire alarm, so the Proud Boys let them down.
Hey, Ryan, nice to meet you, buddy. My name's Belland.
Hey,
what
dude.
would you say if I told you Ian Ellis accidentally created the Proud Boys?
Oh, is that what happened? You and Dante created the Proud Boys? Is that what's going on?
There, you're starting to see the bigger picture now.
That's so funny, dude.
So
Yeah,
Ryan,
that
like
thing got out of hand, eh?
Patrice
Oh,
O'Neal.
boy.
Patrice O'Neal is like he's the GOAT to all of us. He's our favorite guy.
Yeah, Patrice kicks ass, obviously, but
And Dante likes to say like, yeah, me and Patrice was best friends. Yeah, Beige Phillips show. It's just an evolution of the Black Phillips show. Yeah.
Oh god, it's gonna get uncomfortable now.
The thing is, Ryan,
people are allowed to not like each other without me fucking taking a side.
Hell yeah, Ryan.
Ryan gets to just like ride the wave of whatever controversy I stir up. You got to give Lewis some lessons. He can't quite figure out how to how to surf on these waves.
Well, he like I get it though. A lot of people build like a career off fucking being fighting on the internet and all that stuff, which I actually don't think like I'm not like against it. It's like old school radio wars or whatever, but like unfortunately I can't do that and also make like 3 videos a week because it's just like gets in my head too much. Like I don't think you can be creating like a certain amount of stuff unless it's podcasting and radio with also like arguing on the internet all day. So I mean that's kind of like part of his brand or whatever.
That's true.
Well, a big thing that we push is that like most comics censor themselves because they don't want to deal with the smoke of other comics.
No, for me it's 100%. Like I've gotten into these a few times in my life, and then I'm sitting there like I try to write like 3 hours a day. I'm editing 5 hours a day, and I'm thinking about it. I'm checking my phone, and I'm just like, it's like a discipline thing. I try to be like disciplined to not do it.
No, but you censor yourself.
Well, I don't censor myself. I'll ignore it. Like I try to like if there's people that start fights with me, and I'm like. I kind of ignore it the way that, whatever, you'd ignore anything else. Unless I'm like, okay, I have a couple free days. Let's do this.
All right. Well, we'll throw a softball at you. How do you feel about Kevin Hart?
The biggest comedian of all time. I don't know. Like what? Probably the same thing as you guys. Like
Metaphorically speaking.
Yeah, dude. He has fucking specials. He has fucking 3-year-olds in the audience at his specials. Like, I don't know. If you're watching that being like ready to have your mind blown, you're at the wrong fucking place.
I think he's garbage. Would you be willing to go out and say Kevin Hart is garbage?
Just take that plunge. Go.
Yeah, but that's like watching Sesame Street and be like, "What the fuck is this shit?" Like, I don't know. It's like what are you watching?
Yeah, but the thing is, Ian would say that though.
Yeah, that's what I want to hear
thinks-
from Chris Rock.
Ian thinks that Kevin Hart used to be Tupac and that he turned into Sesame Street.
Oh, so Kevin Hart was like the man for you back in the day?
Ian?
Like certain people are kind of artists and certain people are like champions, if that makes sense. And I don't know which one's better, but it's like Kevin Hart's like, I'm going to be the biggest and the best at like, at whatever the cost is and like whatever that means artistically.
Well, that's the big thing is it feels like he has no artistry, and I feel like you're an art side of things.
Yeah, he follows the win over the, it's the, sounds lame to reference rap, but it's like the Drake versus Kendrick Lamar. One guy's like sits down and thinks about the songs he's going to make, and the other guy thinks about how can I be bigger tomorrow.
So compared to him, would you say you're the real thing?
No, because for me, it's like, I think that I'll have I have a good place being like a voice of the counterculture. But the truth is, I don't have a good, I don't think I could ever be like the biggest, most mainstream guy because I'm too fucking contrary or whatever.
I think if you're going to go and do interviews where you're like, wouldn't it be great if we just let pedophiles fuck 10 kids? I don't think you can be Kevin Hart.
No, there's no chance, dude. There's no chance. Like as soon as, even when I get hired to be on other people's shows, even when they're paying me, like it starts to like grind me. Like I feel like a fucking, I don't know, slave or whatever. Like, I don't know. Even if I'm making way less money, like something about just not being like bossed around sort of like appeals to me more.
So if Anthony Cumia knocked on your door tomorrow and said he wants you on Compound Media, would you decline?
Oh, you act like that's not an option for me now.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, Cumia, I guarantee.
Yeah, like I could get a Compound show.
I like the Kumia's fallen so far. Even Ryan, it's like, yeah.
Dude, what? Like, I can name 5 shows off of the tip of my head that I have bigger followings than. But
let me help you. This one.
Sorry, say that again.
I was gonna say, let me help you. This show, that would be one.
You guys have a show on Compound?
Revenge of
I
the
thought you
Sith.
meant just in general.
No, I'm saying like there's Compound shows that have 1,000 people watching them.
Yeah,
I mean there's
Talib
fucking dope. Yeah, I like Berg, dude. I think those guys are actually one of the funniest, like consistent, 3 hours a day shows there is right now.
Ryan, are you willing to get in some trouble?
For what? What do we get in trouble
Being a
for?
real ass dude.
For being a real ass dude. Our friend Luis J. Gomez is running for president of Legion of Skanks, and Ari is kicking his ass. So I made a celebrity endorsement of him as George Floyd. Will you put all of your chips on the table and go retweet the George Floyd tweet?
No,
would
I'm
be
not
big.
retweeting anything right now. I'll think about it. I have also Legion of Skanks endorsements to myself to make that I've yet to, I'm still being wooed personally. So,
Well, tonight is the voting. So who are you voting for?
the funniest thing, this is the thing I will say. So I was there the last couple of days at the stand, the last couple of shows. That when fucking Ari Shafir was supposed to be with DeRosa, and then he goes, "Can I get a Mosa?" But I can get a DeRosa, and then he had the DeRosa shirts, and then Shane showed up and he kicked DeRosa off and had Joe DeLoser shirts. That was like maybe one of the most I've laughed at a live show in the last 6 months.
Yeah, Ari's killing
That was
it.
so fucking funny.
We still need Lewis to win.
Why is that the endorsement for you guys? Why does Lewis have to win?
Just because he's our friend. Because he's nice to us.
Yeah,
He's a
Lewis
real
is
life
the man.
dude.
Yeah, he's the best.
Yeah.
He was another guy that kind of when I first moved here was mad cool.
Ryan, would you say you're better
He's
than
cool.
Lewis?
Sorry, say
He's
that again?
cool and not an asshole like Dante is what we're saying.
Would you say comedically as a stand-up you're better than Lewis?
I think I'm better than everyone, so.
There you go.
I haven't seen Lewis do stand-up actually that much, but I'm well, I haven't because I've seen him.
You didn't check out his comedy special?
Yeah, I saw his comedy special, dude. I think Lewis is fine. Yeah, I'm not but.
All right, Ryan, let me ask you a question.
Your voice says.
Ian, Ian.
Go ahead.
You guys are
Let me
that
ask
kind
you
of
a good
podcast,
question.
eh? You're like,
All right.
yo, what do you think of this guy? It's doesn't sound like you like him.
If you're like me and very little makes you laugh nowadays.
I love how it's your boy too. You're like, you didn't sound like you like him, and it's your friend.
What? Give me 5 stand-ups I should watch.
Do you mean for me?
Yeah, because your shit made me laugh. Ian doesn't make me laugh, so I need to decide who out there makes.
I thought
your taste is better.
So and being here, I can tell you who fucking I came. And you see everyone's stuff, but then you can be in person. There's 5,000 stand-ups in New York or whatever, and they're like, okay, these actually are objectively the most fire that aren't hacked, that are doing great stuff. To me, it was Jay Okerson, Aaron Berg, I would say Kurt Metzger, I would say Mike Vecchione. I was really impressed with.
Don't know him,
dude. He released this crazy 2-hour special, and it was top to bottom really funny.
Okay, all right.
Yeah, and Shane Gillis. I thought Shane was one of those guys that I knew he was kind of popping off. A lot of people were kind of comparing me to him when I first moved, not comedically, but kind of in terms of showing up to the city and whatever. But when I saw Shane on stage, and I was like, oh, that's why everyone likes him. This guy's fucking the real deal.
All right, I think Shane Gillis is probably the only one of those I'll actually watch. But
Kurt Metzger, you don't like? You guys
I just think he's a little too loud, for my ears. Ian also had a thing with Kurt Metzger.
Yeah.
Ian had a thing with Kurt Metzger.
Oh, yeah, I got to
Well,
know. That's one of the things I don't know who has a thing with everyone because I'm fucking Canadian.
Well, I have a thing with everyone except Lewis.
That's Killstream, dude. I was on there. Anyone I brought up, they're like, well, I don't talk to that guy anymore. I'm like, Jesus.
I have a theory about this Big J. I was thinking about him the other day.
He's one of the best stand-ups alive.
Right? Ian, I'm gonna ask this question. Rostock wants to know where your eyebrows went.
Yeah, no, that's what everyone says.
Is that alopecia?
No, they're there. I just fucking have blonde
Rubbed them
eyebrows.
off turtling?
Yeah, rubbed them off turtling.
Wait, Ryan, are you Jewish?
No, I wish, man. That'd be fucking what's up.
You wish you were Jewish.
So here's my theory on this Big J Okerson guy.
All right.
When it comes to comedy, I do think there's levels to it. And the bare minimum is be funny. If you're not being funny, you're not doing your job.
Yeah, figure out the thing, yeah.
But then do you take intellectual risks? Do you take emotional risks? Do you have a point of view? And all of these are level up. And you could be a master at any level and have a great, phenomenal career. It's a big deal to be a master of any of them. But you're one of those guys that's going to master all of them. You're a real deal guy.
Oh, I thought this theory was going to be about. Are you saying about Jay Okerson?
This is about Jay. So
Yeah.
Jay does not have a point of view, does not take any intellectual or emotional risk, but he is the king of crowd work. He just does like 100% crowd work all the time.
He doesn't though. That's not true. Did you watch his half-hour Netflix special?
I couldn't get through it. It
That's
was
so
so
crazy.
fucking awful.
Oh man, maybe we just disagree. Like when I thought that, like, there's just little things. Like a lot of times, it's not even people's jokes. It's like little things where I go, "Fuck, that's like better than what other people are doing." Like
You're seeing the moves.
Yeah, maybe that's what it is. Like when he did the big whole bit about the trans person, and they were like, but it's not a girl, it's a guy, and he's like, if you have a dick in your mouth, there's nothing gay about that, and he's like, yeah, it kind of is a little gay though. I don't know what to tell you. And it was like he kept going back to that, and I just thought it was like that bit. I was like kind of left being like thinking about it, being like, man,
Well, here's
bit.
what sticks in my craw about this guy, this crowd work king, is if you're that great in the moment, how come you're not that good on the show? Legion of Skanks. He doesn't do any better than a Zach Amico. And then I started to think, I think it's because his crowd work is mostly planned. Like he has kind of an abstract act where he falls into crowd work bits that he's done before. Would you say you've seen him do that?
Well, that's that's like if you're like a freestyle rapper, like, and you've done it 10 trillion times, like there's obviously the pathways are sort of like paved in your brain a little bit, and that's just kind of like how it shakes down. But I mean, listen, there's not like, I mean, he's not, his best friend was Kevin Hart and these big famous people. So I think that, whatever, he could have been bigger or not bigger. But when I see the way that his brain works, like there's oftentimes he says something where I'm like, oh, this guy's operating at a different level than some other people. That's kind of like how I feel about him specifically. Whereas like, maybe it's just because I don't see the moves a lot of times. Like other people, you go, oh, that was really good, but I see exactly how he did it. And you're like, yeah, whatever. It's like, whereas with him, I think I think of him in the way that you're thinking of Nick Mullen, where I go, feels like he operates like on a different level than some other people.
Yeah, he took a couple extra steps and went for the third punchline instead of the first one.
Yeah, it does feel like that. But I do see what you mean when he has a formula, but it's hard to fucking get away from that. It's like every band ever. It's like by the fourth album, you're like, I mean, do we just be a new thing or do we kind of keep doing this?
Well, that's the thing is like, it's really cheap and phony if he's just recycling crowd work. And as long as he's been around, he should be pushing forward to try the intellectual and the emotional shit, unless he just don't have it in him.
Well, I think one of the reasons people do crowd work right now so much, like Schultz is too, and this is like, I know a lot of people do this, is because they have these huge fan bases. They can't write a material quick enough. So they're like, okay, I'll just do crowd work, and then I can put crowd work clips on the internet. Like Jay Okerson can't like write a new hour.
No. Ryan, do you ever feel like you don't have something to say?
You don't think that's what's going on?
You've said more in the last 6 months than I've heard from Jay in his entire career.
Yeah.
You got hit after hit, and you still got ideas turning in that head of yours.
Yeah, but I don't know. Maybe that's like they don't want to do fucking write an hour of comedy a year.
Ian Ellis, maybe you're listening to the wrong podcast or radio show. Cynthia in the chat says that the bonfire's great, and Big J Okerson's plenty funny.
Yeah, he's really funny.
He recently stole a joke from me.
It's always going back to the personal thing.
Ryan, how do you feel about making fun of people?
Oh, how do I feel about making fun of people? Not a fan. I think everyone should keep their comments to themselves and do what the church tells you.
So if I have a grab bag of shit, you wouldn't want to make fun of some guys with me?
Oh, just like list of people?
I just got a bunch of random clips, and we're just going to look at them and see what we can think of. You down to have some fun like that?
Dude, I'm not like,
Cosmic, let's
treat
bring
me
up
like
the
I'm
grab
fucking
bag of
important
shit.
or some shit. Fucking
dude, in a couple years, it's like Lewis literally in like 5 years might be where Joe Rogan's at. That's how much comedy is fucking getting destroyed right now.
Don't make me make fun of Mersh. I like Mersh.
You're like the next Bill Burr.
It's not all going to be Mersh stuff.
All right, I'm not. I like Mersh. I think he's funny.
I think I know what this is.
Why do you like Mersh?
So this is how I first heard of him. There was a dude in Toronto that told me, he goes, my favorite two shows are Your and Revenge of the Sith, the show that I was doing in Toronto. Ugh. And then I listened to a couple things. I'm like, these guys are fucking like funny dudes. And then when they came to New York, I like hung out with them. I thought they were both like super funny, super quick. And that's like the gist of it. I've done the show a few times. I thought I just think they're funny. Like there's all these people that I don't like that I think are funny, but he's not one of them. But I'm like, you guys, I don't know. It's like, I mean, maybe I haven't been here long enough to like develop beefs with people, but I mean, I'm always like, I guess when I first moved here, anytime I saw someone that was really funny,
all beef aside, here, how like your videos frequently point out the pandering bullshit and go, quit pandering. Here's a real truth to look at. Do you not see like the horrendous amount of pandering and hypocrisy and horseshit that comes out of their mouth?
it may sound like I'm being political right now, but like I'm not doing a 3-hour show a week. Like I don't know how often you guys do this, but like honest to God, everyone that starts like there's guys like him and other people that it feels like their show starts out and then they're just like making fun of everyone. You're like, what are you gonna do? It's 3 hours a week. I do an hour a week. And I'm like, I don't know what to talk about. So I think that's where like all this radio wars. It's like, well, how the fuck are we gonna fill 3 hours a day? Or these guys do 6 hours a day or whatever. It's just so I don't know. I'm like, listen, I think these guys are funny, but in terms of like who they're fighting with and all that stuff, it's like, you know, listen, I saw you guys make a video making fun of me, and I'm like, whatever, that's funny.
Well, maybe we can give you a little bit of a light on what we see in Mersh, and we can maybe meet in the middle.
I'm taking a bathroom break. You guys have fun.
Excellent, Ian. Cosmic, you want to go ahead and hit play on that video, bud? Thank you.
House. There's some whores in this house. There's some whores in this house. There's some whores in this house. Hold up. I said certified freak. 7 days of the week.
Because you're fat and you don't eat healthy. If you stop eating at McDonald's and start having your mom and your dad, or since you're 12, nigger, you can cook your own fucking food.
Oh my God.
Stop eating that fucking tilapia because it's not real meat. And eat only meat that has the bone in it. Then we can be cool, Justin. We can shed some of that weight off you, motherfucker.
Can we pause this for a second?
No, you do not eat healthy, bitch.
This is who is this again?
This is what is his name? Charles Felony, CEO. This is like
he used to be a professional MMA fighter. Now he's living in his Acura. That's been the key broke off in the ignition at the dealership, so he lives inside of an Acura dealership now. I don't know what the fuck he's doing, but
so see, I haven't seen this clip, but it kind of sounds like our buddy Charles here is getting into an argument with someone over how is the proper way to eat chicken. Is that
y'all motherfuckers be eating chicken with covering your glasses on your both eyes?
Yeah, what the fuck? Oh shit.
Yeah, we can go ahead and keep playing. I just want to explain him.
Oh, yo, real motherfuckers with the glasses on one eye.
Yeast. You're eating bread. It's bad for you, nigga. Cut the bread out of your nigga. Listen, I'm gonna tell
I
you
love if you were
shit, right?
if you went to your personal trainer, this guy shows up. Yo, good the
Oh
motherfucker.
shit, that's a good idea for him, man. Because we forgot Charles. Again, he's got to get that Acura fix, man. Like I think personal trainer, because he's jacked as fuck.
Replace the coach from Rocky with this guy.
Oh yeah,
chasing
man.
him up and down the stairs, yelling at him.
Yeah, man.
Oh, motherfucker, real trainer couldn't be here tonight.
Justin Jr. 962, right? He would fucking send me all these goddamn videos on my Instagram till I finally blocked this little fat roly-toly ass. But he would send me all these videos on Instagram and shit of him eating McDonald's and Dunkin' Donuts. And, you know what I'm saying? And I guess he was just trying to show me that, oh, nigga, look what I'm eating. Too bad you can't afford it, broke ass nigga. And I'm thinking, oh, look at your little fat ass. See, that's what's wrong with people right now. They sit there and let their little fat ass kids eat all that little nasty ass food. They sit there,
That's the stereotype. There's only white fat people. I believe that's how it works.
He saw someone eating McDonald's, and he thought that person was trying to gloat. Thought they were bragging. He sent me. He was eating the 2 McDoubles, double handing it.
Back chair, and fucking play PlayStation and eat. Never fucking go outside, you little fat. That's why you got all those fucking little tan rolls, little motherfucker.
See, this guy's a professional athlete, and he's over there fighting with what was his name? Justin Rev 962, some guy
man.
on Instagram. It's a professional MMA fighter starting beefs with people. This is the new wave.
Yeah, man. Well, Felony hasn't won in 10 fights, so
He's
if
not
he can maybe go to the internet and find someone there to fight with.
He saw Floyd Mayweather making fights. He's like, "Oh, this is what you got to do." Floyd's like, "Yeah, but I don't do it like that."
Yeah, yeah, man.
All right, I think we're on to the next
This
guy.
This
Oh,
was a
Ian's
premiere. This was a premiere for a new show I'd like to start called the Beige Felony Show, where we clip up words of wisdom from Felony Crazy Horse Malone, and that was on dieting.
Yeah, I think he said something about he was criticizing people for eating chicken without the bone in it.
Now, as you know, one of the hottest songs right now is Wet Ass Pussy. And we'll be hearing from Cardi B later, but you don't want to be eating all those cheeseburgers before you sucking a dick, because that's how you get your dirty pussy, all right?
Glad you're back, Ian.
That's good shit.
Ryan, you better make that girl wash her mouth out after dinner before she sucks your dick, because she's going to have stinky pussy.
Can we replay Presidential Booney running from the F-16, please?
You know what, Eric?
This is our friend Joe Booney.
How you doing? It's John Laurinaitis from Lubbock, Texas.
My wife died by suicide. My dad died by suicide. 2015, 2018. Every now and then I put my number down below. My name is Eric. I'm not a doctor. I'm not a counselor. I'm none of that shit. But in 2018, I attempted suicide. I understand what you're going through.
What the hell is Joe doing?
Well, Joe is currently making sexy faces while this guy cries out for you to call him if you're suicidal because his daughter killed herself or his wife or some shit. I just wanted to pause for a second and say, pay special attention to Pretty Boy Booney.
I understand how you feel inside, and you're waking up and just trying to make it out that fucking front door just alone to get out of fucking bed, and how much of a fight and how much of a struggle it is just to wear that fake smile all day long, and it's so fucking heavy and exhausting, telling people that you're fine and that you're okay, when inside you're breaking and you're falling apart, and you know what, you feel like it's never going to get better. I've been there and I understand. But I want you to know this, that the shit that you're going through right now, it gets better.
You can barely get
you're
her
a
to
bad,
bed.
you're a
You got
badass
the perfect curve in that hat.
motherfucker, and you've made it through 100% of your worst days to make it through to today. And for that, I'm proud of you. And I believe in you because it does get better, and you are so fucking worth it. I'll sit with you in the dark until light comes. Because you know what? You don't have to go it alone. And it gets better. And you...
I feel like he's trying to get some suicide pussy.
Dude, there's nothing grosser than like 50-year-old dudes trying to get internet clout on like some gay ass shit like that.
So we see that I guess Joe Booney's discovered TikTok is what we've learned this week. He has now become a motivational speaker.
Ryan, have you ever been suicidally depressed?
No, just too much crushing pussy where I'm like, I gotta end this.
I almost got sad, but then I remembered I was crushing puss. So, yeah, well, that
Okay, hey.
Go ahead. This is Patton Oswalt's celebrity endorsement.
The endorsement.
We're gonna see this one, and we're gonna see the one that I made for him.
This is Patton Oswalt endorsing Louis J. Gomez for president of Legion of Skanks. He is a hang on, you gotta be fucking kidding me. He is a sensitive social critic with superhuman empathy and the amazing power to always make every audience laugh and love him. So, there, I endorse Louis J. Gomez, Patton Oswalt endorsing him. All right, motherfucker, where's my car? I've never even met you. We are not friends. I do not.
All right, pause.
Yeah, I love Patton Oswalt.
Ryan, I've known in my circles we say that Patton Oswalt is a SJW fag. How do you feel about the matter?
Sorry, I just came back. I was gone for a second. Dude, I actually I was going to ask you guys this. I saw that. I haven't seen like Lewis or anything. When I saw Patton Oswalt, I'm like, they can't possibly be friends. Like, what's going on here? How did they get that?
Lewis just paid for a cameo and
straight up. Okay. Yeah. In my mind, I was like, I would have thought they weren't super tight if I was to guess.
I can't believe like Patton can't turn those down. It once that $500 is down,
It
you
is
gotta
so
do it.
whack, dude. I'm telling you, and it's not $500. It's probably less, dude. Like the amount that people do them, and my friend was like, "Well, I made $1,000 last week." I'm like, "You're pretty famous. Like what?" And every morning you woke up and said, like, gave a message to 4 people. It just seems insane.
Lane, if you have access, can you pull up and see how much it was to get Patton Oswalt?
Yeah, I'll check.
I'm gonna guess he's 500, but less than 1,000. Let's do like The Price is Right. What's everybody's guess on his price? Yeah.
I'm gonna guess 400. 400 for a 30-second video.
I already made my stake down on less than 500, so I got to stick with it now. But 350, I'm going.
350. Cosmic, do you have a bid? This man he's ruined Mystery Science Theater.
I've always assumed that these cameo people did it for like fucking $12. So I don't know, man. I mean, maybe like 150. I don't know.
Dude, I'm
So
telling
Max,
you.
you can do like 1,000.
Think about your life, like right now, if you wanted to wake up tomorrow morning and every morning after that and make 4 like cameo videos for random people, and you're like a millionaire. It's fucking insane.
Wow. If you're like the Blue Power Ranger, and I know he's on there, I almost used this service for a bit, and then I remembered I have this app where I can just fake it, and I was like, why am I spending money? It'll just be funnier to fake it.
Yeah, just send another guy. No one will know the difference. Yeah,
So
I'm the Blue Power Ranger.
This next one, George Floyd, is on the screen. This is an endorsement I made for Lewis, and I like to give Lewis a little punk test to see like how real ass is he.
Oh fuck!
And I posted this in the Legion of Skanks subreddit, which is now my favorite subreddit. I think the fans in there are amazing, and it got 300 upvotes and 2 awards. I've never had that kind of love on a Reddit post before. And I put it on Twitter, and then I messaged Lewis, and I was like, Lewis, do it. And he's like, no way, doggy, I'm not fucking doing that. And then sometime late last night, he worked up the courage to like the tweet. Not to quote it or retweet it, but he liked it, and just liking it, it now has 3,000 views. This will be the thing that gets Lewis canceled. Is his like loose friendship with me?
Yeah. That's my favorite. The dudes that get you in fights with other people. He does that to me because every time I'll make a video, he'll post it and tag like 14 comedy journalists, and he's like, "These are you fucking losers," and then they're like,
That's to Ryan. Lewis is just like me, just running around, just spamming the videos everywhere to people. Hey, did you hear what this fucker said?
Dude,
hey,
you know
feministblog.org. Did you hear what he said about you whores?
Do you know who Sarah Cooper is? The girl who like lip syncs the Trump videos. So she's got like 10 gazillion views, and she's got like some TV show now coming out. She posted, and someone posted a thing being like, she has a TV show, and then someone wrote an article being like, this is why Ryan Long's better than Sarah Cooper. And then my Twitter for 3 days straight would be like, actually, he's not better. Ryan sucks, blah blah. And I was like, I didn't pick this fight.
Actually, let me ask you this: when Hannah Gadsby's Nanette came out, I dressed up as Hannah Gadsby and performed as her and did rape jokes about her. And, we sent that video to all of her followers. And of all the people we've trolled and pestered, her fans were the best, where they were just like, I like the real thing more. It's cute. All right. Like they weren't triggered. Like, but you named your comedy special Nanette too.
Yeah.
What was your experience with her audience?
Oh yeah. Well, her audience did. I didn't get anything from her audience, but like a lot of people were like, "Come on, man!" Like, especially because at the time I had a TV show, so like none of the progressive, all the progressive comics like care way more about their career than they ever will about their principles. So every single one of them was like, "Come on, dude! Like, can you not?" And I was like, "Whatever, fuck you."
Did you get called into like the principal's office at your TV show?
No, but the only time I've almost got my TV show shut down was I had this show called Ryan Long's Challenged, and it got shut down because I went into Harry Rosen, and which is like a famous fashion designer, and I was trying to sell a pair of pants that had a fake dick in it to make your dick look bigger. It was like kind of like some Ali G shit. And I went in and I lied to all the people that I had a meeting with them, and we went in and called them like whatever, all the names, and then those people found out who I was, contacted the network, and the network like shut it down, and we got canceled for like 3 weeks. But then eventually we had to re-edit it, and we made a deal with the lawyers. Yeah, it was the worst. But as far as like that stuff at CBC, no, but they just didn't. But my show had like 10 times the amount of viewers as the next biggest show, and they kept like giving everyone bigger budgets but me. So it was one of those things where like they wanted to get rid of me, but it was like too egregious.
Did you have to go to court for your comedy?
No, but I had to get a lawyer and all that stuff and make a deal.
Jesus. What did it cost you?
Basically all the money I made.
Well, I mean, it's fucking Canada public access, so I was assuming it was
No, it
like
wasn't. It was
$15
on,
in maple syrup.
No, that was around the town. This one was on, but this one would have been the equivalent of like an IFC or something like that here. So like a comedy network, but not the main
God
one.
damn. Nigga, you famous.
Yeah, Canadian TV shows like still like you get recognized once every 10 years.
Are you as big as Bubbles?
No.
Are you Trailer Park
Bubbles is
Boys
the real
big?
deal, dude. Bubbles lives in Halifax and he just crushes pussy. I'm not kidding. Like everyone knows, dude. I'm not like more than anyone on that show. Bubbles is just like in because everyone else like kind of moved to Toronto or LA or whatever, and Bubbles is the only guy that like stayed in Halifax, fucking, and just straight up like goes to the bars and he's like, "Yo, want to fuck Bubbles?"
He pulls the glasses out. Is it
Dude, he got-
bedroom?
Yeah, dude, he got hit with like 4 Me Too's too.
By the way,
show
Patton
break up, is it?
Oswalt is not on Cameo. That's all I wanted to let
Uh-oh.
you guys know. So you were all wrong.
So it
Maybe
wasn't a
Lewis has some pull we don't know about.
Wild.
Lewis is sucking on the progressive teat behind our backs.
Well, he's got the big Ian Ellis plug right here. I don't know what he's tripping about.
I bet he sold Patton the drugs that he used to kill his wife.
Yo,
Ryan,
low-key.
comment.
I love how you guys are, like. Let's be clear on the fact that I've said all of this shit. Like, I do not have like some. Like, I don't not have some like squeaky clean past by any means. But there is like, yeah, I love the idea that Lewis is like, yo, vote for me, make the cameo. I know it seems whack, but like as soon as I do, I'll replace myself with a woman of color. Like I'm for the cause.
Oh my god, I like Ari is gonna win, and I feel like I first assumed that he was just gonna turn down the position as soon as he won, but having you say that, like, who would be the worst person for Ari to give his presidency to?
Oh, Yamanika Saunders or whatever.
Yes, make it happen.
I bet he gives it to that YouTube bitch.
Oh, Nicole Arbor.
Nicole Arbor.
I know Nicole personally. But with Yamanika, I always think it's funny because she's like so fucking wild on the internet, and then she'll post like my managers have all told me to get off Twitter and Instagram, so I'm taking a break. And then I'm not kidding, like 30 minutes later, she's like, "Y'all can fuck yourself." She couldn't go a half an hour without like arguing with people.
I love Yami.
Ian, did you have any beef with Yamanika?
No, I love Yami, and I know her.
Okay.
But here's the thing about her is like she talks all this sassy shit online, but she is such a like broken, I just want to be loved chick. She just wants some good dick and a boyfriend. That's
Sounds
all
like
she wants
a
out of life.
chick. You just described chicks in comedy.
So you're fucking Nicole Arbor?
I know Nicole from like she's Canadian, right? So I know her from back then. Did you guys know how you have like girl code and guy code? You know those shows?
Yeah.
We had something like that called Video on Trial, which was kind of like the show that everyone came from in Canada.
I remember that show. I'm from fucking Canada.
Where you from?
London originally, But
Oh no way! Oh yeah, fuck yeah. So
yeah,
I used to
I
play
lived
Call
in
the
Toronto
Office all
for a
the
long
time.
time. I don't. Ian did stand up in Toronto once. It didn't go very well, but he
Does
did it.
Ryan know about this public speaker thing you're always talking about? The public square where people would just come be on PBS or whatever.
Speaker Corner.
Yeah,
of
you
course.
know about Speaker's Corner,
Oh, it's a
Ryan?
huge, it's a huge show. They tried to bring it back recently.
Did they?
Yeah, they did like a run of it again. There was that was a huge show. But
Oh
so
yeah, it was
I know
great.
Nicole from doing that show. That's how I met her originally. But
is she cool?
Dude, Nicole's like, yeah, she's cool. She's like a normal chick. She's just normal. But
I
you
watched
know,
some of her clips the other day, and I was watching all these shitty YouTubers tear into her, and I was like her fat people video was fucking gangster as shit. I'm like, how can you shit on Nicole? Like Tony Hinchcliffe was shitting on her, and I was like, Tony, Nicole is 10 times the comic you'll ever be. You fucking stink. How dare you talk to Nicole that way?
yeah, I mean, I get why people are like don't like it, and they're like, fuck this shit or whatever. But it's one of those things where people go, "Oh, she sucks at comedy." It's like she didn't though. She was like actually pretty good.
Like better than Tony, right?
I've never seen Tony.
No one has.
I don't know the LA comics,
Yeah, Ian, you should have gone to New York. That's what you should have done instead of going to LA.
Well, I've realized now that
New York's way better, dude.
There's a new special on the Ian Ellis LLC channel about Kenny TV. And I think if comedy ever comes back to New York and COVID's ever over, I'm going to have to start crashing with Kenny and going to the cellar.
By the way,
That's a good
Kenny TV has been trying to get on the show for an hour and 22 minutes, and he is very upset. I just wanted to let you know that, Ian, since he's your manager.
Ryan, I'll let you decide. Do we bring Kenny in on this?
Put him on hold. Okay, let's see the Floyd thing first, then we'll just decide what we think of Kenny.
Sorry, Kenny. Gotta
What's
wait.
up, y'all? It's me, George Floyd, and I just want to endorse Louis J. Gomez for president of Legion of Skanks. And fuck you, Ari Shaffir. Oh, he's so brave dissing on Kobe, but he ain't writing no RIP for me, fucking pussy.
So, Ryan, what's it going to take for you to retweet that?
Yeah, I'm not. Listen, I told you I got my allegiances. I've yet to announce.
Come on, a couple more bear claws. You're gonna retweet that. I see
Bear
it
claws.
in you. You got some fucking in you.
So, Ian, this ended up being your greatest accomplishment so far as like making videos goes, was the George Floyd. that got you Reddit viral.
That got me Reddit viral, but I made a promotional video for Lewis that got like 4,000 views. I'm the only person that makes shit for him.
Yeah, you're getting paid less than Gas Digital employees.
Oh shit!
Yeah, let me see one of those fucking little 22-year-old open mic chicks that edit his podcast make some of these promotional videos like Ian is making. I know they get paid.
I think he gets mad at his staff for not.
Yeah, but
being as good
Harrington
as
will
me.
do it and also clean his house. So I don't know if you have that ability.
I mean, if he lets me live there, I'll take care of it, baby James.
All right, do we want to
let's bring Kenny
on?
on.
Grab bag?
Bring Kenny on, and we'll continue. We got a long grab bag. Ryan, if you got to go at any point, that's fine.
Yeah, I can probably do a bit. I'm good for a bit.
Fuck yeah, dude. We'll get you to say something bad, something naughty.
Hey,
I
Ryan.
just love that you're treating me like I'm like some, you brought like some big celebrity on and you're like, we'll get him to fuck up. I'm like, I make YouTube videos and I've fucking said ridiculous shit for the last 10 years.
Ryan, I'm a gangster ass comic, and so I hate just about I hate just about everyone, but I like you. So I'm just jumping you into the gang. Like, if some shit ever pops out for you, we're going to war for you, homie.
I feel like Shane had that a bit where everyone that was cool was like, yo, fuck
Shane
this,
McGillis, I'll cut his fucking head off.
Feel lucky. Ian likes like only 2 other comics.
Do you guys want to
comics
know?
stink, dude. Comics are the worst.
Oh, by the way, this is Kenny, that deep voice you just heard. Kenny
There
beat
you
Ryan
go.
Long.
You want to know a secret, a comedy secret?
Yes.
So Lewis is going to kill me for this. Red Bar had heard from Lewis that some big comedian watches him, but he wouldn't say who. And so I asked Lewis, like, tell me, I won't tell anyone. It was Shane McGillis. Is a Red Bar fan.
Oh, is a Red Bar fan?
Whoa! Was Ryan said it? Ryan leaked the secret. Ryan, that's crazy, man. I can't believe you would leak Lewis's secret that Shane Gillis is a Red Bar fan. You salty dog.
I mean, that guy's obviously a funny dude, but he's one of those guys where, like, for me, you're like, I mean, obviously, eventually, he's gonna turn on you. So you're like, there's no point. There's no point in ever being like, yo, Red Bar's the man. So like 5 months later, he'll be like, yo, Ryan Long sucks, and then you got to live in that.
Yeah, we were recently called. What did he call us? The Red Bar sewer
sewers.
system.
Yeah, man.
Hold on one second.
So you know Red Bar.
Which was like, for me, that's the highest compliment.
I'm gonna take a quick washing break. You guys continue.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, that's right, Kenny. All right, do we want to continue the grab bag now?
Yeah.
Where's Cosmic? There we go.
RP for me, fucking pussy.
I love Mercer.
So I
doing that
apologize
noise.
for all those who have been
Yes.
wondering where I have gone. I had to take a.
So this is our friend Michael Arana. This is a guy, I believe he lives in Toronto, right, CEO?
He lives in Toronto.
The Six.
He's a Torontonian.
He is a very active, what would you call him, like a conservative activist?
Yeah, I think that's the polite way of saying it. I'd say he's a fucking lunatic.
How come he hasn't been on the show?
Michael Arana?
Michael Arana is a busy man, Kenny. He's very hard to get a hold of.
Yeah.
He's got a lot of rallies to go to, I think.
I mean, he could show up for like 20 minutes sometime.
Ryan,
Well-
they're softening the blow for you. Mr. Arana here, he's like the Alex Jones before Alex Jones was a fucking pussy.
Yeah. Do you guys know Coast to Coast? That guy was the best.
Space Ghost?
Coast to Coast.
No, you're talking about Art Bell or George Nuri or whatever.
It's two. I thought it was just one guy.
Oh wait, which probably Art Bell is what you're talking about. The conspiracy guy, right?
Yeah, but the best
Oh,
was
yeah.
like he was just amazing because he would have people call in with like the wildest shit and treat it like with as much respect as if they told them, you know what I mean? Like the tree fell in front of their house. They'd be like, aliens came and raped me and my family. And they're like, when they inserted, did they say anything first? Like, so
Yeah, because there's some nights I remember on that show, there would be some nights where it was just like, oh man, this is like redneck trailer park call-in night, where it'd just be like, let me tell you something, Art. They came to my trailer, they opened it up, and they stuck something in my ass. Like, and you're right, he knew how to finesse them perfectly. Like, because that's a curveball. You know, when you're talking to these smart guys, and then out of nowhere you get this fucking redneck that just
I think Art still does a show. I spotted it a few nights ago.
What,
anyway,
like a
the
live
best.
stream on YouTube?
Yeah.
He used to do the late night AM
yeah,
radio
AM
stations.
station.
That was the kind of like, I guess, what Alex Jones was before this. But man, that guy was the best.
Well, now we have Mr. Arana though.
Okay.
A few days to myself. We had family over, and so I couldn't really make too many videos because there's a lot of people up in the house, and I just I want to make sure that when I make a video, it is done without any distractions, disturbances. So I apologize, but I'm
He's
here.
very
In the
professional.
meantime, you've noticed there are new shows on Arana Nation, The Frontline with Joe and Joe, Robot News, Nation News, many different shows. We don't all agree on the same things, but we all agree that we want freedom.
Hello again, everyone, and welcome to the front line with Joe and Joe. Joe Pasillo and Joe Resinello. And once more, dear friends, let us go into the breach Sunday night, Facebook Live, YouTube, going live right now on about 10 or 15 different platforms. So we will.
Must miss.
Okay, so what I think that was, since Ian is gone again, I believe that was Michael Arana showing us that he's trying to convert his conservative like talk show that he does into a full-fledged conservative news network. So young Turks, you're gonna have to take a back seat. It's time for the Arana Nation.
Let me tell you something. If Michael Arana will have me, I will do a conservative talk show on his.
Yes. Yes, that's what we were asking for.
Guys, let
Perfect.
me tell you something. You know, I believe in freedom. I think they're selling children as furniture, but my auntie's over and I can't tell you about it right now. But I'll get back to you next week. Late breaking news. The world's a prison. If you can
Look,
rewind just a second, I just wanted to see what is that thing on that guy's face. Look under his left eye. What is he hiding?
That's where Mersh's eye is hiding.
Again, everyone, and welcome to the front line with Joe and Joe. Joe Pasillo and Joe Resinello. And once more, dear friends, let us go into the breach Sunday night. Facebook
Do you see
Live,
it?
YouTube,
Oh,
going
yeah.
live right now on
What
about
is
10 or
that?
15 different platforms.
Mole.
Now, I told CEO about this, and he goes, Ian, I'm really good at spotting deformities. And I saw nothing. Do you see it? Do you see what I see?
I see it now.
Yeah. Doesn't look
Looks
good.
like he got stung by a couple of bumblebees right underneath the eyelid.
Yeah. I gotta ask Ryan a question, just because he's from Canada. But aren't you glad you don't have to deal with Justin Trudeau anymore, or Justin Trudeau types?
Oh, there's plenty of Justin Trudeau types here, but dude, Justin Trudeau's so fucking wild. Right? Dude, Justin Trudeau was legitimately a drama teacher and a snowboard instructor, and then now he's the president.
Are you guys saying he's a beta?
Yes.
Yo, the fact that he just keeps getting caught with his hand in the cookie jar is like almost hilarious, though. Like every day, it's like, yeah, Justin Trudeau embezzled like $10 million. He's like, oops, it happens like once a week.
And didn't they break your antitrust laws about like getting and giving money to lobbyists?
Dude, he's done like 5 of them, but the last one was so amazing. I don't know if you guys have like talked about it or all, but like the gist of it, like in 30 seconds, was there was this charity that he was giving tons of money to take people to work there for free. So it's like, why would they get money to take free people? And then basically his mom and his wife were on the chair and they were getting a salary from this place.
Oh,
It was just like, and then basically the charity was corrupt because charities have to show their information of where the money comes and where it goes. So they have a corporation that did all this stuff. So the charity would get the money and then give the money to the corporation. So the corporation didn't have to announce who was getting the money. Like it was like 9 things that one of them would have been wild. It was just like the best.
Isn't that enough to string him up?
Dude, that guy's Teflon. Like you can't get rid of him. He did the blackface scandal happened like during the election. It didn't make a dent.
Yeah, what do you think of Jordan Peterson?
Jordan Peterson was the most guy that became like, man, did that guy disappear? You can pinpoint the second Peterson disappeared when like he started to get involved in politics and he was like, I think Kavanaugh should step down. And everyone was like, yo, fuck you, Peterson. And he was like, I mean, Kavanaugh rocks. And they were like, fuck you. And he's like, all right, I think I'm just going to leave town.
Didn't he go on an all meat diet and 3 weeks later end up needing like a heart transfusion or something crazy like that?
Dude, my buddy fucked Jordan Peterson's daughter, which is pretty sweet.
Oh,
Nice.
Tell us about it. Tell us, was this pre-child or post-child?
Yeah, it was. What is she? 25 now? It was 24 years ago.
Holy shit,
Ian! I don't think Professor Peterson would be very happy to hear that.
How old was my daughter?
We actually went because of the fucking free speech thing that Danny did. They like invited him to go to the thing and be in the guest of honor, and they played some videos about his shit. It was a whole thing, right? It was kind of funny because the gist, and then we went there. Jim Jeffries shows there to like mess with people. It was a whole thing, right? But I always thought it was so funny that when you go to that show, the whole gist was like, oh, we're not supposed to be doing this, like, ooh, bad boy. And then you get inside, and it's literally 6 university professors giving you an hour lecture each on like boring ass shit. After 45 minutes, I was like, I mean, yeah, let's get the fuck out of here. This sucks.
Ryan, did your buddy show you any nudes?
No, because this was before. This was like he went to high school with her and the whole thing, and like fucked her after that. But I like me and my buddy Paul Thompson's like super funny comic would always have this like ongoing joke of like talking to chicks and being like, "Oh yeah, my buddy's girlfriend's dad was actually saying something about that on Rogan." You might have heard of him, Jordan Peterson.
Can you give us any juicy gossip on the
I think
daughter?
the only juicy gossip was that like she was kind of putting it out there back in the day. Like it wasn't that rare of a thing. Like she was just like some chick in Toronto, like fucking dudes.
So she was a hoe for show. She got an old keep a nigga baby to try and keep someone down. And then her dad started popping. She tossed him to the side. She's stuck with this baby.
He's too focused on telling sons to keep their rooms clean to make sure his daughter keeps her pussy clean.
Yeah, don't eat a cheeseburger before you suck that dick, or you'll get a dry ass puss.
That's a good Kermit the Frog impression.
Thank you, Ken.
Hell yeah, Kenny.
Jordan Peterson's like, I always feel like is one of those like bands that had like a fire couple albums, and then you're like, what happens next? He's like, I'm kind of out of stuff. He just had nothing else to say. He's like, maybe I'll get into podcasting, maybe I'll have some politics, and everyone's like, yeah, I think you said all you had to say. It was 30-year career distilled into 6 hours, and then it was like, all right, that's about enough of Peterson.
I think he's gonna drop one more banger on us.
He might have another album in him.
He about to do like All Eyes on Me, a double album.
Yeah, all eyes on me. I'm here with my nigga Nick Fuentes. What's up? Buck.
Ian, did you see any of my new videos? I did like 4 videos about you.
I heard that. I watched a movie about you on the NLSLC. I thought it was great.
That's true.
Can I give you a note? I know you don't like criticism, but whenever you interview people, and Ryan can give you advice, he's really good at interviewing people, you're very abrupt, where you just walk up and go, "What's your name?" And I feel like that's kind of intimidating and scary.
Okay.
Can you maybe chill? Hey, guys.
Maybe
how
I'll
you doing?
show.
I'm
But
Kenny.
how you doing? I'm Kenny. Do you know who is Ian Ellis?
But
Things
Kenny,
like that.
or Ian, you don't know all the show prep that goes into Kenny's interview. You don't know what he said to these people before the cameras
It
turned on.
seems like he aggressively pulls his phone out of his pocket as he
No.
charges an unsuspecting witness.
No, I have to ask them, do you want to take a survey? They have to say yes or no.
Ian, there's no way that Armenian fella standing in front of that liquor store was surprised to be interviewed by Kenny. I don't see what you're talking about.
Kenny, if I come to New York, can I crash on your couch?
Sure.
All right, man. I'm going to be making some trips. I got this friend, Ryan Long, and Louis J. Gomez. They're going to take care of me. They're going to introduce me to all the right people.
Yeah, that's the guy right there.
All right. If I want you to stay on my couch, can I be introduced to one of those people?
Absolutely. you can meet Louis J. Gomez. I'm not going to do
Okay.
that to Ryan. I think better of him. Cosmic, let's keep going with these clips.
I do love the interviews where people do the
Absolutely.
on the street stuff, and it's all just like, "You're a fucking bitch," and then she walks away. Got her.
There's some YouTuber that got
And
charged
we
with like
are
26
going
accounts of
with it.
assault for doing that shit.
Who?
Out in Baltimore, he would go up to people and just start roasting them, and like the community hunted him down, and they gave him like 1 physical assault and 26 accounts of like trespassing.
Jesus. Well, in Canada, I don't know if you guys know the Mike Ward thing, but that guy got like fined $100,000 for like a joke he said on stage.
That is fucked. Like, are you worried about that? Like, can they get
don't
you
live there
through
anymore, but-
extradition charges?
Well, the funny part is like Mike Ward, who gives a shit? He's like so famous, and he's Quebec famous. Like all the Quebec, like because in America, in Canada, the rest of Canada, like the most famous people are still Americans, right? But they speak a different language, so their celebrities are like real celebrities, and that's fine. Like Mark Ward, whatever. Like he has a big career and he can afford $100,000. But what you don't hear about is like the 3 open micers that happened to. There's this guy in like I think it was Edmonton. He's basically on stage, and there was like someone in the crowd. He's like, "You're a fucking dyke bitch," like whatever, some version of that. And then he got fined $60,000, and this guy is like,
Jesus Christ.
this guy like
Jesus.
it bankrupted him. But you only hear about Mike Ward, but it's like,
Well, how did you end up so cool? Because when I was there, all the comics were just doing like Jim Gaffigan food jokes. Fucking sucked.
well, that's what woke comic became, because like woke comedy was like, oh, we're gonna fucking tell white people they're bad, whatever, like men are bad, whatever. And then people got sick of that, so they're like, well, we can't do the other thing. So they're like, I guess Ubers are weird. Like, what else are you gonna say?
Is
I
that
think,
some like American Stockholm syndrome? Like, why do you're a monoculture? Why the fuck do you give a fuck about minorities in Canada?
No, Toronto is the most multicultural city in the world, I believe.
Oh, bomba clot. Yeah, I sell my
bomba.
chicken. We know I have
Bomba.
that.
Dude, the
You
fucking
know, I'm originally from Jamaica, man.
yeah.
Hell yeah, Kenny.
Dude, that was everyone I grew up with, chicken foot soup and all that fucking nonsense. But yeah, dead serious. But the like the inside secret, which you guys probably already know, is that black people hate that fucking shit. Like, find me one like Jamaican dude that like grew up in Toronto that's like, yeah, fucking, you know what I mean, into like 20 genders or
I
whatever.
have exactly one, and his name is Mo.
Yeah, there's a few that they whited it up, but now there's cool comics in Toronto. It's like depends on the club. It's like here, there's the club that's the fucking. You know, they're both crappy though. It's like the edgy club is, you know, the people going on be like, so I raped this chick 4 times. Oh, you can't handle it? And then he'll come up to me and be like, they don't like guys like us. And I'm like, I don't really do that. That's not what I'm doing.
Well, I had that complaint about Nick DiPaolo on his last special. Because he kept going like, too rough for you? Too rough for you, huh? And,
yeah, no, I hate that. I hate the fucking too rough for you.
Well, when you actually do something that's too rough, people aren't silent. There's an audible like groan or anger. When it's just quiet, you're just bombing. And these guys can't seem to like get that through their head. They think they're just being edgelords.
Yeah, no, it's the same thing as like the fucking woke shit created a generation of fucking dog shit comics. The like reaction to that is currently creating a reaction like a generation of
dog shit comics. No, I've definitely had that where a guy went on stage and just like said the N-word for 5 straight minutes and and I was like, dude, you got to figure out how to do the thing.
Yeah.
Putting the cart before the horse. All right, so this is one of my favorite rappers of all time, CeeLo Green. Crazy, the best-selling song of all time. Most covers of all time, it is. Was almost an Avenger, part of Outkast, part of the Dungeon family, on The Voice, the biggest fucking R&B pop star of all time, is now on a StreamYard podcast like Ryan Long. And I just want to look at the first question CeeLo gets and pay attention to his face and tell me if his mouth says anything to you. Tell me if his lip expresses anything.
Will do.
What's going on with everybody? It is your boy, Eric, a.k.a. Young God, coming to you live in the Green Dungeon, giving it to you real, raw, rugged. And I got somebody who's a absolute legend on the other line right now. I'm going to let him introduce himself, man. Who we got?
Peace, Universal family. This is yours truly, CeeLo Green.
Hey, man, not every day. I'm sitting here talking to a legend right now, man. So and it should be a good one right here, man. How you doing?
I'm good, King. I thank you for the acknowledgement, man.
Of course, man. You got the painting in the background.
You got to get your
what's that
roses
right
from
there?
Young
That looks
Gotti.
amazing.
Let me see. Can you see it?
It's like some Egyptian painting.
He's always smiling.
I'm kind of flabbergasted right now that this is happening.
I've been really heavy into like.
Is it just me or did CeeLo's teeth say, nigga, what? Egyptian? How fucking stupid are you?
I just like how now like CeeLo Green is just doing interviews with like whatever fans on Twitter will have him. Like everyone is just like
Did the kid
I need
win
to do
a
something.
competition? Did he have the matching fucking code?
Do you have Zoom? Do you have Skype? I'll download Discord. Just anything.
Yeah, why is this happening?
Yeah, I don't. This looks like I wish CEO was here. Remember when we found that obscure interview of Dante getting interviewed by like some kid in his bedroom? This feels exactly like that, except it's CeeLo Green this time. This kind of doesn't make any sense.
Does the Illuminati have something on him where they're like, hey, you gonna talk to my nephew or we gonna release the photos?
I just like how the kid was like, I'm gonna let him introduce himself, and CeeLo Green sat there for a second like, what? I gotta introduce myself. I'm CeeLo Green.
Right.
Tell him where to find you. I also love like CeeLo on every other interview too. Whenever he comes on, like no matter how famous he was, every interview they're like, "What's up?" He's like, "You know, it's all about having threesomes. You got to still get that pussy." He's on fucking Ellen. He doesn't give a shit. He's always talking about getting pussy.
So he's kind of like Dante.
Yeah.
I'm doing the after show. Feel free to stop by, Ryan. Everybody else too. What?
Thanks, Kenny.
Ryan, if you want to do another show after this show, Kenny TV will have you. The rest of us won't be there, but if you got it in you,
It's tempting. I might pull a CeeLo.
that would be your CeeLo moment. Can
I'm
you
sure
can
Helen
you
will be there.
can you curl your lip in a way that shows disdain?
I love how CeeLo's got the sunglasses on too. You know what I mean? He got prepped up for it. He's like, I gotta look cool for this guy.
Ian, I'm sure this audience will be there. That's
I
right.
feel like that's probably because he has a lazy eye. A lot of anytime you see a rapper with glasses, he has a lazy eye.
Breathing a lot, and a lot of those techniques come from like Indian styles of living or whatnot. Like angry, when you're
What am I doing with my
emotional, when you're
life?
mad, when
This
you're
guy got
sad.
that look.
End up here.
I've learned
He's
how to
like,
breathe.
I can't believe I'm sitting
I'm,
this
I'm not sure
interview.
how like deep
I
you're
put my
into like
bumblebee
that
glasses
way of
on for
thinking,
this.
but just something for
I
anybody
look like a
listening.
wasp
You ever,
right
like,
now.
got into that?
Wait. Who the hell is this guy?
That was a
Interview.
2-hour interview. That was the first minute of a 2-hour interview.
Yeah, that's the classic. Like whenever like hood kids like try to be interviews, they do an impression of what they think would be an interviewer.
Well, as like if that happened to you, would you stick it out or would you be like, I'm sorry, kid, but I can't be doing this?
Well, I mean, we're almost at 2 hours right now, Ian. So it looks like he'd stick it out.
Yeah.
Uh-oh. Still waiting for that George Floyd retweet.
Yeah, I'm on it. My burner account.
All right, go ahead and keep rolling, guys.
Theory is this belief that you are secretly saving the world from this satanic cult of pedophiles and cannibals. Does that
Kenny
sound
TV
like
told me about
something
that.
you are
No.
behind? Or
Well, I haven't heard that, but
Never even seen this
is
video.
that supposed to be a bad thing or a good thing? I mean, you know, if I can help save the world from problems, I'm willing to do it. I'm willing to put myself out there.
Pause it for a second.
I haven't seen that. Trump straight up saying taking credit for the cute shit.
Pause.
This is my first time seeing the video. How did I tell you about this?
That is
Dude,
my
Trump kicks so much ass, dude. He's like, maybe I am fucking Georgia Q.
you know, I'm not saying I'm not doing it.
maybe I'm not.
Is it a bad thing if I stop this cabal of pedophiles? Is that okay with you?
He's basically one step away from legitimately winking.
Cosmic, I know you know about the deep state. How do you feel about Trump being like,
Maybe we'll catch a couple of pedophiles. Maybe we won't. I don't know. We'll see how we feel after dinner. I don't know. I like he's right. Ryan's like he's moments away from winking into the camera and pointing or something. You're pulling his ear.
Cosmic, are you gonna play at least one of the videos I sent you?
See, when
right now, can you hold
when
on?
Louis got popped, Chappelle was talking about how that was like I can't fucking remember what it was called, but it was like the CIA used to get all this dirt on people. And
COINTELPRO.
Yeah, COINTELPRO. I felt like Louis got hit with a COINTELPRO, where Trump is just like getting rid of anybody that fucking fucked with him before the election. And I wholeheartedly believe that Trump is petty enough that he's been doing that more than he's worried about national security.
It's like a reverse, whatever that word was.
Reverse COINTELPRO, right? Counter COINTELPRO. Shit.
It kind of looks like he's losing his mind sometimes.
That's the deep. Hey, we'll do that to you. Pedophile rings, jumping through pedophile rings all day. Kenny, what do you think is gonna do?
Hot Trump take. This guy seems like he's crazy.
Kenny, think about it this way. You're president of the United States and a reporter, someone who went to college and got a job at a legitimate media company, ask you if you're breaking up a satanic cabal of pedos. Reality is crazy. Like he's just ahead of the curve. He's with it. He's like, you guys are nuts and I'm nuts too. He's the head of the asylum.
Plus, Kenny, you're the one that told us all to vote for Trump, so that's
No.
the reason we're even into this.
No.
No, you.
I won't be voting for him, so no you.
All right, coming up, we got our girl Cardi B. We have a documentary on her over on the NL's LLC. She has a special place in my heart. And this is Cardi B responding to who's the Republican guy that read the lyrics?
Ben Shapiro talking about women who have wet pussies have a disease. That's what my wife says. She never gets wet.
You must know who Ben Shapiro is.
I don't know him by name, but he did a hack bit. This is a bit that every late night person has done. Bill Maher has done it. Jimmy Kimmel has done it. David
What
Letterman
about my
has done
video?
it. Your video to vote for Trump? It was great. We're all voting for Trump.
No, I'm talking about my new Ian Ellis videos. I did like fucking 4 of them.
One thing I will say is about Ben Shapiro is I fucking made fun of him in one of my sketches, like pretty good. And then he tweeted it being like, this is funny. Like people are allowed to make fun of me. And I was like, nah, you wouldn't see that from, fucking
he's
Alyssa
cool.
Milano.
He has a sense of humor about himself.
I can take a joke, all right? They make tit fuck sister jokes all the time at me, all right? Ryan
I
has
say that as a rapper, Cardi B stinks. Sorry.
Have you seen his sister's tits, though, Ryan?
Yeah, we can talk about whatever we want. Say what you want about Ben Shapiro. Let's get real, though. Cardi B doesn't have good flow.
I think you should hang on before you fucking make sweeping statements like that.
Well, much
Ryan even knows she's Stinko Maninko. That's
much
right.
like felony Charles Bennett, who told us to quit eating those goddamn cheeseburgers, she's about to give us some real ass health advice.
Okay, but I've heard black people say she sucks.
Uh-oh.
Strap in, Kenny. Strap in.
Yeah. I should.
You know what, Eric?
So y'all can keep y'all pussy on WAP. You know what I'm saying? A lot of you bitches got that dry ass pussy because y'all pH balance is off. And you wanna know why? It's not because you're born with it. It's because y'all keep fucking these dirty ass niggas. And y'all bitches are shy to tell these niggas that they dick is hot. You gotta tell babe, yo, your dick smell like mustard, my nigga. You wanna throw my pH balance off. Y'all bitches be fucking these little dirty ass niggas. Y'all be sucking they dick and shit. Y'all be gagging on it. Y'all think y'all gagging on it because the dick is big. But no, bitch, it's because it stinks. Another thing is, right, why your pH balance is throwing off, because y'all bitches need to fucking brush your teeth before you suck dick. Y'all eating barbecue ribs the whole day, bacon, egg, and cheese. Then you suck your nigga dick, and right after, he directly put it inside your pussy. Now you got bacon, egg, and cheese grease inside your pussy. You know what I'm saying? I'm only giving y'all this advice because I love you. If you don't want to take advice, all right, then, bitch. Roll the dice and keep walking around with that dehydrated pussy. Like I said, I love y'all, and this is for y'all to keep the walk.
You see what Queer Floss said? He says sounds like Dez.
Well, this is someone who clearly has the brain of a child.
I was going to say comedic genius, so agree to disagree.
She is brilliant if she was doing it ironically, but I feel like she thinks she's like Dante, like, yeah, this is the wisdom of the streets.
She thinks she's making salient points. You're right.
My sister-in-law acts exactly like her, and it triggers me.
And she's a 50-year-old Jewish woman. It's fucking weird.
Oh, Lane, you gotta keep the wet ass pussy. Oh, you gotta put money in there.
Boy, pH balance. I don't do a good Jew. Shalom.
At some point, shouldn't we be like diagnosing her as a mongoloid or retarded,
imbecile? I don't know.
I know it's not politically correct, but this is clearly not a functioning adult.
Dude, it's so gross to watch like every one of these people like parlay into being like an internet funny person. Like, same thing happened with Chrissy Teigen, and they just like follow everyone and steal all their jokes and try to like hack through them on their channel.
Have any YouTubers ganked your shit?
The fucking dude, that's all they do is they follow everyone else, and they're like, "What is funny?" And they're like, they have this like internet mentality of like, "Oh, I'll just do my I'll do my rendition of that joke that person wrote."
Do people ever like take clips of your stuff and make compilations and cut them up and then get more views than your actual videos? Those people are pieces of shit.
Yeah, they are pieces of shit, but
you're saying I'm a piece of shit. That's what you're saying.
Well,
they are a piece of shit, but that stuff I don't give a shit about that. Like what I give a shit about is there's like some meme guys with like 6 million followers, and they'll follow me. And then I'll do a joke, and they'll transcribe the joke into a meme and then post it like the next day. Like they're not even trying to pretend they're not stealing. It's fucking disgusting.
That's kind of like what Mersh did with Red Bar.
Hold on, Bellan, you do that on your channel. You cut shit up. You make
Kenny, can't slip anything past you.
You guys are all like, yeah, I feel like that's the game. Is everyone like fucking talk shit about everyone?
Well, we cut our stuff into like compelling documentaries, but
And
I'm
by the
sure
way, there's nothing wrong with being a hypocrite. I mean, we all I've
yes,
everything
there
I say,
is.
I do the opposite of.
It's being a hypocrite. That's what's wrong with it.
It's almost impossible in a career where you're fucking doing tons of stuff nonstop to be like, yo, this guy sucks, and then you're like, I guess I'm locked into hating this guy for the next 20 years.
Okay, don't blame me. Ross told me how to do it.
Grab your balls and put your middle finger up. It's possible. You can do it.
Just,
Have you had people rip your video and repost it?
Yes, of course.
I hear that's a fucking nightmare. Like, are there people that are like catching like millions of views off of your shit?
Yeah, but I don't give it. Like, I don't know. I don't lose any sleep over that. I don't give a shit.
You don't.
I mean, they
report anybody?
eventually will all go and subscribe to his actual YouTube channel if they want the newest
see,
stuff.
it's mutually beneficial. That's right.
Well,
but it is like out of principle, you're like scumbag move to not tag them in it. If you're like, there's these accounts that have like 4 million people and they just like straight up release the video without my handle or anything, and you're like, just why? Like, what's the, like what? Like, how are your ethics that low?
On my videos, I always hashtag RDA.
You know who I feel bad for is Cumtown, because it's like a fucking cottage industry to just like clip up their show.
Don't you think they? I think that they like a lot of those channels they own.
Seriously, they're sitting there clipping their own shit.
They're spreading the wealth around.
They do it, but I think they own the monetization on those channels. My guess would be.
Gotcha. See, I didn't know about that. I just see like all these channels with hundreds of thousands of subscribers, and all they do is post clip.
Finance
Yeah,
and stuff.
yeah, and all they do.
No,
is
they
fucking...
own that channel.
Oh, what secret? What's Nick Mullen's secret Twitter handle?
No, I don't. I'm just saying, like, every time you see like some channel and it's always like fan uploads, and you're like, yeah, right. Okay.
Well, that's some shade. That's an expose.
I don't think that's an expose. I think that's like a known thing. Is like, like everyone has their podcast and then their clips channels, and they own them.
I only clip stuff that I appear in. That's right.
Yeah, Ian, it would be weird for you to like know people personally that went out of their way to clip your show for you, as opposed to having fans do it.
That's the thing is, I thought they had this amazing organic reach, but you're telling me that these autistic little retards are faking the funk.
No, I don't think there's I don't see it as like shady, but I'll tell you one thing. Like when I was talking to I had like 10 YouTube fucking YouTube agencies or whatever like reach out to me in the last little while, and all of them are like, your videos are in so many places, like we can put strikes on them and get the videos. Like, yeah, don't want to do that. Like it feels like that's the last thing I want to do is like
you should claim the monetization though. If people are monetizing your videos and just re-uploading them, you should claim the monetization.
Yeah, so
that's your money.
Can you do that without them getting a strike?
They would get a copyright claim. It wouldn't be a strike. You get it if you upload music to a YouTube video. If you upload the Rolling Stones, you probably won't get a strike. You'll get a copyright claim. So your videos monetization goes to the Rolling Stones. So you should be able to do that.
Crazy to do, yeah.
Right,
you should be able to do that with your content.
That's hero talk. What you just said to me, that stirs something in my soul.
Yeah, that's right.
Why would I fuck with people for promoting me? I like that.
And also like they don't I don't know. It's like I feel like if someone posts your thing, it's like kind of shitty, but most of the time they're not thinking like, fuck this guy. Like, I don't know.
Yeah, but if they're making money off you, you should be getting paid too, motherfucker.
Oh man, they can, they can keep that $70.
Go ham.
Some of us YouTube creators need that $70.
Yeah, that's right.
All right, I'm gonna refill my drink. Let's go forward with the clips.
Like, how do I copyright slap Sam Hill for stealing? Yeah, that's right.
I usually don't get into politics, but the president's senior advisor, Jenna Ellis, just said Kamala Harris sounds like me. Lisa says she doesn't mean it as a compliment. If that's so, as an ordinary suburban housewife, I'm starting to feel a little disrespected. I teach my children not to name call, Jenna. I was going to say I'm pissed.
All right, I was really hoping CEO would be here for this. How do you guys feel about the fucking Simpsons getting all fucking preachy and up in the ass of politics right there?
All simpy. I don't know.
Didn't that happen like 4 years ago?
Sad to me. That's all I gotta say.
I just learned about it.
Yeah, I mean, like you're like, oh, Simpsons is still happening. Like my guess would be they're woke now, if I were to guess.
Do you think the wokeness is like a real moral change, or you think it's just like trendy and like like a marketing thing?
It was trendy like 4 years ago, and now they can't get out of it.
Now, yeah, they've fucking driven into something they can't reverse. Fuck. That's terrible. I miss Aunt Jemima. That's all I'm saying. I'm sorry.
Rex,
Yeah, that's right.
Rex, if you're around, CO's dropped out. Can you come step up here?
Yeah, Rexy, we need another person.
We're gonna replace the guy from Toronto with another guy from Toronto to talk to this guy from Toronto.
T Dot, where are you from?
I just assume everyone that's Canadian that listens to our shows is from Toronto now.
I learned that. I figured it out.
Canada.
It's
Yeah, that's right.
Rex is supposed to. He's from Canada. We're not sure where he's from in Canada.
He can't speak though.
Everybody in Canada comes from Toronto. Yeah, that's right.
He's not here yet.
Oh, there we go.
He's a mute. Poor Marge. People are
All
feeling
right.
bad.
I have a good
All right.
feeling about this next clip. It's gonna.
Okay. Hold on
one sec.
Okay, after this, we can play one of my videos, right, Casa?
That's right, Kenny. Wait, should we wait for Mr. Log to get back? Should we, Steve?
We might as well, since I don't hear the soothing sounds of Ian Ellis at the moment either.
I know his cicadas in his car door going ding, ding, ding.
That's right. Well, Bella, I made the 4 videos for part 2. That's right. There's always going to be a part 2.
Hell yeah, Kenny. Just be patient. And that took a lot more than 4 videos for me to make that one.
I know. I keep on making videos, then there will be another clip movie. That's
Yeah.
right.
I'm excited for the quarantine to end, for you to get out, do more man on the street, Kenny. That's what we need.
That's what we need, Kenny. We need you to get that cardboard
Well,
side.
you know, I will be doing punk questions with Derek next week. And at the end, I will say, Derek, do you know who is Ian Ellis?
See, Kenny, that's the good big plug you got there. All right, let's see. Let's have some faith in this next clip.
You know what, Eric?
Does anybody have an update on what happened with Joe DeRosa?
Yeah, we have the point of the show.
Let's see
queued up.
what happened here. Let's see. I gotta see. Look, this is not Louis J. Gomez, the podcaster. This is Louis J.
Oh,
Gomez,
I know
the G and Gas
too much
Digital.
about this.
Okay, so
Why does
Corinne
Corinne look like a cancer survivor?
Corinne was dressed as a.
I haven't
Yeah,
seen
Ian.
anything about
Ian
this
is
yet.
our resident comedy nerd, and all he's into all this. Can you set this up for us a little bit, Ryan? What's going on with Joe DeRosa? Is there anything the skinny real?
This is the Corinne Joe DeRosa fight, right?
All right, so he's fighting with the female comic.
No, they have. This is their podcast.
Okay, see, I'm not.
Oh, see, I didn't know that either.
Joe DeRosa and Corinne Fisher have a podcast together, and both of them, I think I like both those people. They're both my good friends, and
that's cool.
This looks like a podcast with 2 old Jewish women.
I'm still waiting for Uninformed with Bill Burr to come back, so I didn't know he was moving on.
What's up, Quick?
Yeah, anyways, the gist of it from my I haven't watched it, but from me hearing about it was that it was about abortion, and Joe's pro. They're both pro-choice, but Joe was had a lot of I don't know what you call it, like, but
scruples.
Yeah.
All right, let's see.
Isn't the Corinne girl one of the guys I fucked podcast?
Actually,
girls?
Yeah, Corinne's from Guys We Fuck. And also, you
Hold on.
more importantly, you've seen her in a lot of videos on
By
YouTube.com/.
the way, Ian, great interview so far.
What,
thanks,
what
Kenny.
guys is that fucking ghoul fucking? She looks like a Jewish aunt. Her fingers look fat. I could tell from here, from the leopard print on her shirt, that she has fat Jew fingers.
No,
Oh.
Corinne looks good in real life, and she's hot.
Did you hit it, Ryan? Would you?
No, she's my
Would
friend.
you?
She's like,
But would you?
dude, Corinne is. You know what?
But
those people-
would you, Ryan?
No, never. I don't fuck any comics. Even when I came to New York and everyone was fucking down, I didn't fuck a single comic. But she was one of the most people in real life where I, like they said about as far as like being quick. Like Corinne's fucking funny, dude.
Who tried to fuck you?
I'm not gonna say names, but like, dude, it wasn't even like this wasn't me. This wasn't me specifically where it was like, oh fuck, Ryan Long. It was more like, oh, there's like a new guy on the scene and we all fuck each other. So, and I was like, no, I don't.
Did they touch you inappropriately?
What if
Did you get
Corinne-
groped? You get me too.
Ryan, what if Corinne said, "I want you. I gotta have you"?
Would you eat her box for stage time?
Ooh, that's the real question.
Would you eat DeRosa's box for stage time?
If
Yeah,
you had to
gotta get-
choose.
You got to get that stage time, obviously.
Okay, let's see what this is all
Oh,
about.
no, hold on.
Okay,
I wanted to ask Ryan about this. One thing that occurred to me is you're kind of like the Tom McDonald of comedy.
The like rapper?
Yes.
Oh yeah, the Facebook rapper.
Now I find you to be way more consistent and lit than he is.
You're
but
lit, Ryan. You should be proud of that.
Well, I think I'm like kind of like suburban kid, and he's more like a, like dirty, like fucking,
Well, what are you
Suburban
saying,
kid?
Ian? What are you talking about? His business savviness, his approach to
Well,
the
so like
online
Tom
media? What are you getting
McDonald is making his money off of like speaking truth to this woke culture.
He's printing cash right now. I like Mad Child actually.
How many White Claws is that now?
And he's one of these guys where
Forgetting
like
that.
I like 2
forget?
out of 5 things that he does. And like if he just put out an album, that would be a great ratio. But because he just releases singles, it's kind of like
what kind of a YouTuber, right?
he's basically a YouTuber.
I thought he was
Yeah.
a Facebook guy. But okay.
Did you guys know Mad Child though?
Mm-mm.
Okay, he's the other Canadian. He's in this band called Swole Members, but they did a whole album together. Dude, Mad Child fucking kicks ass. That guy's the man. But yeah, I remember Tom McDonald kind of like really blew up on YouTube though, eh? They had like a fight with like the like insane clown posse and stuff. So funny.
Well, Mersh said Tom McDonald's so brave. He releases music that isn't good. Mersh kind of feels like on South Park when they kept telling him to watch Family Guy. And he's like, I don't like fucking Family Guy.
Oh, shut up, Mr. Cardinal.
What did Mr. Cardinal say? I want to hear the juicy comedy insider details about this.
Yeah,
but we haven't even seen the fight yet.
All right, let's see the fight. Let's see the fight.
Terrorist with cancer. And DeRosa said he didn't like this. Is that what happened? That's the moment.
Forgot to grab cigarettes. God
They were
damn it.
literally using abortion because just like because this is the
Literally?
same thing.
I can't stand talking about
This
this.
is what
with it's I can't fucking stand. It's.
I can't stand people who say I'm pro-choice and then have a long list of reasons
you're-
during which you shouldn't get
You're
an
right,
abortion
Corinne.
and you're a
Because
bad
this is an
person.
adoption person. I have more of a about this than you do.
I love that.
Hey, pause it and rewind it. I
gotta
need
go
that
back to
sound
that.
drop. Whoa, rewind.
Yeah, gotta
That
go back
has to be
to
a
that.
sound drop on the board. Whatever word he was saying, from now on, in a moment of anger,
I
that
think
is
it
my
was-
sound drop.
I think it was ay ay ay.
I'm done with this podcast.
Hey, well, what a
rewind
run.
it. Please rewind it for a second. I gotta see.
You know, Tom McDonald said a single cell on
I've
Mars
been
is
that
life,
angry,
but
though,
a human
where you're just
heartbeat
like-
isn't.
I have more of a fuck.
I just thought as you were bringing Tom McDonald again, I'll tell you why I'm different. I've been stewing for 45 seconds. I'm not like Tom McDonald. Dude, that guy, like, yeah, I'm sure he's like doing good or whatever, but it's like he writes songs about like being depressed and all that stuff. Like, I hate that shit.
Ugh.
He's a simp.
Well,
is
he's
what
just
you're
like,
saying.
he's doing all this like, I was a drug addict. That's what they all do. Like, he's the Russell Brand did that too. It's always like, I was a drug addict, now I'm sober and all that stuff. It's like,
I'm a bigger fan of people that are currently drug addicts and make music. Personally,
yeah. The inside scoop on this, there isn't much more to it. Like, this wasn't fake; it was real.
Well, I mean, I know Ian loves watching other people watch clips on our podcast, but I mean, what is the deal here? Did they break up? Is the show done?
No, it's not.
Okay.
I mean,
Well-
both of these people like are in terms of how you like in that streaming world, everyone like is always fighting and stuff like that. It's the same in this. Like a lot of it's you start like living this life where you're kind of like you're fighting, but you also know that it's like kind of good. You know what I mean?
Yeah, we
It's like half a reality show.
We've dipped our toes in that a little bit.
Yeah.
So was she really mad or is she just on her rag?
Hard to tell. Right.
Just-
I don't think
just
she was happy about
break
it.
it down to primal terms. How long since her last
cycle?
They have 100% made up though. So that is to answer that
Ryan,
question.
how do you feel about DeRosa's tits?
They've aged well.
I think they're lovely.
Hell yeah, Kenny.
She's a hottie.
Yeah, she is, Kenny. Fuck yeah, dude.
DeRosa does look like the latest generation of lesbian comics. Just
Yes,
owl
definitely.
glasses and a t-shirt.
He looks like a young Jimmy Dore.
He has the same haircut as Nanette.
DeRosa's one of those guys that like knows everything about everything. You know, what I mean? You bring up like, oh, I found this weird like classic song from 1901, and he's like, the thing about that era is, and you're like, all right, I thought I had something.
Does he have a chip on his shoulder? Well, it's almost like little brother syndrome.
Everyone has a chip on their shoulder.
No, man, just you and Tom McDonald.
Ian, you don't have a chip on your shoulder, Ian?
Fuck no. I go and brush my shoulders off.
Yeah. You're trying to be a famous comic, and you're like almost 40.
Well,
Actually,
Brian,
Josie Rose has been very successful, or unless you were talking about me there, in which case, like, I don't know, whatever. But
No, I'm talking about Ian.
Ryan, let me ask you a question. I've recently received some criticism that I should be more likable.
That you should?
Yeah. Have you had like be more likable talks, or like what is your policy on that?
About like I should be more likable?
Well,
Dude,
I mean,
everyone's advice is fucking
you
bullshit.
manage to kind of toe the line, whereas I'm like, the whole point is to cross the line.
Dude, but again, I'm not a podcast. Like I have a podcast, but it's like, again, I really do consider them different. Like if you guys are streaming and all that stuff, it's its own world. Like the problem is people try to go into other worlds and tell them their advice that doesn't like apply. You know?
What's the worst advice you've gotten?
Everyone's advice is how to be more like them. Every single person's advice is how to be more like them.
Nicole Arbor was giving you makeup tips.
Nicole Arbor does give a lot of advice.
Ross, don't go sleep yet. Save your impression for my show.
Ross,
Dude,
if you're here, get up here.
A lot of people's advice. I've had these like I don't know if I want to mention like specific names, but I like big YouTubers that are like comics that have like, you know, 1 million followers. They kind of all reach out and they're like, what you need to do is like take your podcast off your YouTube channel right now and do this. And, you know, and I'm kind of like, okay, but like, then it will get 0 views. Like, it's like the advice is so drastic. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's like I really don't like YouTube, but that is the biggest audience to, you know, try and bring people in.
That's the one. When I had everything else big and not YouTube, I really was like, fuck, I need to kind of make that. Like when I looked at all the big comics, even if you look at like Joe Rogan and you're like, okay, like you've talked about, he's the biggest guy. It's like, he's low key a fucking YouTuber. Like if I want to get real about it.
You got any Norm Macdonald stories?
No, he's
No,
10 minutes
personally.
into comedy, man.
Yeah, I went on. I like Norm Macdonald though. I thought this isn't my story by any means, but I thought one of the best things he ever did was he was on this like morning radio show. I mean, there's pretty famous clips from it you guys saw, but I thought it was like one of the best things he ever did. And he was like, they were like, who do you think is more dangerous out of these two people or something? He was like, well, obviously the black guy. And they go, what? You can't say that. And he's like, well, because black guys have less money, and people with less money are more likely to be violent. Do you not know that black people have less money? I'm talking to some racists here. It's like the best troll.
Now, Ian, what was the best
that question
advice?
came from the audience.
What was the best advice that Tony Hinchcliffe gave you, Ian? that rocked your comedic world.
Yeah.
I can't even think of any advice that he gave me. He mostly, like Tony Hinchcliffe is a guy that acts the way a supervillain acts in a corny movie, where he walks in like he thinks that he's menacing. And he's just like, yes, my plans are coming together. We'll have a broadcasting empire. Yeah, I'll look out for you. Do you see my master plan? That's what Tony's like.
I picture Gargamel when you do that.
He's very Gargamel-ish. Ryan, have you met anybody that you're like, oh, that dude's like a fucking cornball? I thought they were cool.
Definitely.
Have you lost count how many assholes you've met in the business?
Well,
now?
we're looking for names and descriptions.
No, you don't have to list names. I'm sure you've met a lot.
Yes, you do, Kenny. This is part of what we do. He's had a lot of White Claws.
No, I don't think I've had a specific story about someone that's like huge. That I'll tell you. I mean, this is not. I can't even think of anyone that was like. Everyone was pretty cool to me when I came here.
Well,
but I keep a small circle too.
Did
like,
you met Jim Jeffries at that show you did in Canada?
No,
right?
no. Basically the Jim Jeffries show was there to like, you know, have a gotcha on like Jordan Peterson people. You know what I mean? Which is, it doesn't work that good because those people are like already on guard. Like you want to fuck with people that are sure of themselves, right? But I will tell you one thing that I had was in the last little bit with like some of the videos that I've had popped off, a few comics that were on the Jim Jeffries show writing team. Like one guy that was like people that were like a pretty big like part of that show messaged me being like, "Yo, woke culture ruined our show," and like that shit. Yeah, and they're like they're
Well,
like
Jim feels to me he's like a guy like you that's sold out, where it's like
Yeah,
he
Jim's
had
like-
all this
he's-
heart and soul, and it's garbage now.
He's like just straight. I mean, I think the truth is we're a little different in the sense that like I was your classic fucking suburban troublemaker, like getting suspended, getting like whatever. I was that fucking getting kicked out of malls, skateboarding.
The streets raised me.
I'm not saying that's cool or whatever. I'm not trying to glorify that. Where I think that he's more of like a
Oh, you
drinking
can-
beer, like good old boy. You know what I mean?
He's a
That
drunk
makes
frat
sense, dude?
boy. Yeah,
Yeah,
he's a-
yeah, like a little bit like drink a beer, like causing like I whereas I was a little more of like since I was like 6 years old, I was like, yo, can we fucking like, prank calls and all that? Whatever. I was just
you're
that
up
dude.
you're up to mischief, and
I
he
was
was
up
a
to
theater
mischief.
kid. All right, my phone is hit low power mode, so let's try and power through these.
Cosmic.
Right, I
Fucking
may
right
be
to
leaving
talk
you
about
in the
this
hands
than
of my
you do.
friends.
I love that. Put that on a t-shirt. You're a fucking idiot. Goodbye.
Bye.
Wow.
Yourself.
Go fuck myself.
You're a real idiot.
I'm an idiot. Go fuck myself. You're walking off the show.
That's good radio,
You're
though.
walking off
Jesus.
the
Great
show.
radio.
Dude, I hung out with her like
It's
right
it's
after
the best
this.
moment of their podcast. People
She-
are
she-
now, and me showing it on this podcast will get people very intrigued.
What's
So
your
she-
opinion?
Was she flustered?
Well, yeah, she showed up. We were like all hanging out, and she showed up right after, and she was like kind of fired up about it. But in her mind, we're like, oh, but now watching it, I was like, yeah, that's pretty extreme.
What's your opinion on Brendan Schwab?
I don't know. I don't like. What do you think?
Would you say he's a retarded faggot.com?
Dude, yeah, you know what it is like for me. Anytime the internet, it's like that. There's also that like contrarian, then you're contrarian to contrarian. Like it just fucking never ends. It's like there's something to be said about like once the internet like turns on someone so hard, like I kind of just feel bad for it, you know.
Okay, Ryan, do you like punk rock?
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I was in like a famous Canadian punk band.
What?
Which one?
The Johnstones.
I don't know that one. I know DOA.
Thank you,
DOA.
Kenny.
Are they from Canada?
Kenny,
But,
you're supposed to be the king of punk rock. How could you not know Ryan's band?
I don't know much about Canadian punk. I know
We've all heard of the Johnstones. You haven't heard of the
I mean,
Johnstones?
everyone's obviously heard of the.
Can someone get a link to the Johnstones? Are you guys on YouTube?
Gone for a Long Time is the big hit, but yeah, no, that was like when I was young before I did comedy. I was in like a band or whatever, but so yeah, I was like a punk guy.
What punk bands
Were
did
you
like?
born with a goddamn silver spoon under your tongue? You
What
were a
punk
boy
bands?
band, hit
what
punk group.
What
You're a
punk
hit
bands
comedian.
influence you?
Rancid's like my favorite band of all time.
Okay, anybody else? I like them.
Like my top 5, I was big in it, but I was like Rage Against the Machine was like big.
Ian, Kenny's taking over your show to do punk rock talk.
Just
I don't
one
know.
question.
You want to watch this video?
This is
before
like
Ian's
the
phone
Mark
dies?
Maron, like who are you guys?
Well, you know what? We never get a real punk rock guy here. So Kenny, go crazy.
Oh, because Kenny, you're like a punk rock guy, and that's your shit.
Yeah. Okay.
Would you be on the Plaid podcast to talk about punk rock music?
I did. Do you know the hardtimes.net, Kenny?
No.
So that's like the punk
Jesus,
satire.
Kenny, you
site.
suck.
Yeah, it's the big punk satire site. But I was like a co-owner of that site and made all the videos and stuff.
Cool.
God damn, this thing is Kanye West.
Yeah, well, basically, like they gave me a part of the company early on, then it kind
Well-
of grew really big. So basically, when they sold it, I get to tell people I'm a tech entrepreneur.
Ryan, you got an Instagram?
No, I don't have Instagram. No.
Well,
Okay.
you've been meeting these real tech entrepreneurs. What has it
Well-
been like dealing with the tech world?
Was that to me or Ken?
To you, Kenny. Kenny doesn't even deal with like the grocery store.
No, I haven't been meeting. There was a few
I go to
that, like
grocery store.
Shut up, Kenny.
some, you know how like the fucking Silicon Valley in Austin has that like libertarian underground. Like some of those
Mhm.
dudes want to like fund a movie.
Well, you've been talking about on your podcast a lot that the deletes and such have been reaching out to you.
No, those guys were like normal guys, but there's a bunch of dudes in Silicon Valley that want to fund to make a movie.
See, it seems like Silicon Valley is like spearheading the real, like the SJW of canceling someone. That's kind of like bullshit, entertainment to me. But the real shit is like Google removing Yuri Brezbanov and YouTube removing any dissenting. Like the real Big Brother stuff is coming from
Correct.
the tech
yeah.
industry.
But there is like, it's the same as like when there's comedy, that's the mainstream, but there's like the underbelly. There's a fucking ton of like Silicon Valley dudes that hate that shit.
Ryan, I follow you on Twitter. I'll message you about the podcast.
Yeah. Now I mean, it's one, like, it's the same thing. It's like every 20-year-old goes like one of two ways. They either go like hard libertarian or hard, like, I just read the Communist Manifesto. And I think Silicon Valley is like got a pretty good mix of both. Like, I always thought like Peter Thiel was kind of a badass.
Well, speaking of which, what do you think of Dave Smith?
I like Dave Smith.
Davey Smith.
Ian
down
has
for
this thing.
Libertas?
Ian has this thing where he likes to.
I love how you know, I kind of feel I'm like you, but I'm not when I'm in the hot seat. But in your position, there's nothing better than yeah. There's nothing better than being that guy. You were saying something about his girlfriend's looks the other day.
I'm just here to get you in trouble, but I love you. It's at the same time.
I heard you and Big J Okerson went to secondary school together. Could you tell me what a piece of shit he is?
Did he have boogers? All right, Cosmic, let's get through these because we got a Dante clip coming up.
They got to come back.
Yeah,
well, my clip.
Come back or no? That's the end of the show.
My chick's here, and we're gonna eat dinner. So
that's all good, man. If you got to dip out, thank you for being here.
Okay,
you know,
I'll go in like 5 or 10 minutes.
All right, my G.
Okay. All right.
Well, I appreciate it. You fucking, you're the
We'll
best.
be in touch about the
no, this was
podcast,
fun,
Ryan.
I'm telling you, it's like I never got to. I like this streaming world; it's fun, but like you know, it's hard when you do stand up every night.
Can I skip to the Dante one?
Yeah, go ahead.
Hey,
this is an open invitation.
Cosmic,
If you ever
Ross
want
is
to come,
backstage.
you ever want to come break balls and hang out?
Okay, hold on.
You're always welcome to join in.
Fuck yeah, thanks, dude. Thanks for having me on. Hopefully, I'm not watching like your chats, but hopefully, like every comment's not like, oh fuck this guy.
Thanks for info, Mr. Cardinal.
It's a little mixed.
Can I give you a different?
Hold on, guys. I'm trying.
I told one of my buddies we were gonna have you on because we hate Mersh and we want to take all of his friends.
You're not. I like, dude. I told you. You guys are wrong about him. He's fucking funny.
No. He flagged our channel. He does gay ops.
Didn't he say he didn't do that?
No, he did. He did do it, and I want to like him, but it's like I can't ignore the fact that he.
Can I be the guy
that
that bring the streamers together?
Lewis
It probably
tried.
won't work, sir.
Louis J. Gelmas tried to have us on his show together, and they turned it down because they didn't want the smoke.
Yeah, your boy Lewis likes fucking Revenge of the Sith dudes.
Yeah, I cut his head off for that. Ask him about it.
Fuck.
Do we want to get into this Dante clip?
Dude, that happens in my chat right now
Oh.
because like Owen Benjamin, I guess, plays my clips and like Gavin McInnes and then those guys. So a lot of times my chat group
Totally.
will be like all of them just arguing like on
Goddamn
my
bears.
comment section. Yeah,
Like-
yeah. They're...
This Legion of Skanks
Totally.
real quick is Big J. Okerson stealing from me. So if you want to play that,
Oh wait, I don't know if it's that or it's the right before the Dante stuff. God damn
Just
it,
get-
Ian.
get the Legion of
All right.
Skanks real quick.
Okay, we're gonna go to this.
Ian
this
likes to
bumper.
make his directions
I'll give you a
clear and
courtroom
concise.
Can I give you a different
Whoa,
solution
shit,
for
hold
this?
on,
And I
hold
think
on.
the fans are going to be with me on this.
Hold on,
What's
my
up?
bad.
That might
Like
not
it
be-
doesn't
no,
matter. Like Cosmic, like you could like just play it like anywhere if you like.
The stealing,
There we go.
The stealing bit was from the bonfire.
Can I give you a different solution for this?
Yeah,
And I think
even
the fans
like-
are going to be with me on this. What's up?
Oh, totally.
Dox him,
This
find
was
his
a-
house, and kill him.
This
No,
was a
don't
different
do
thing.
that.
This was a
Don't
different
Not
thing.
dox
You
him
can
and kill
pause
him.
it.
What I would say is, why don't
Pause,
we
pause,
invite him on
pause.
our
God damn
show?
it. Yeah.
All
Hey,
right.
Ross.
The
I
stealing
can-
from me bit is from the bonfire. Feel free to go ahead and skip the Dante before Ryan has to take off.
I can hear the exasperatedness in Cosmic's voice trying to produce for Ian.
I'm sorry. It's a grab bag of shit. You know, the plan was just to take it as it is.
It's like how it is. Like sometimes, like sometimes like that's
I think
just
I
how it
got
is,
it,
like-
guys. Here we go, Ross. I think you're gonna
we didn't have this in Toronto. This
Like,
underbelly.
totally.
If you're a comic in New York, there's just like this like underbelly of
Ross.
people that just talk shit about you. Dude, every comic started their Reddit.
I know what you're saying is like I was talking to Lewis. He was like,
You see the headdress and how he was moving out of his way, and this nigga's ripped up. My sisters looked at this and they were like, Now they were all like, God damn. They were like feeling this nigga, right? And I didn't understand.
Oh look,
like
CeeLo
I was
Green's on this
younger.
podcast too.
But my
Hell yeah.
sisters are very different in terms of, like, my older sister, she always dated broke dudes, but they were like romantic, you know. And she dated broke dudes. My middle sister always dated guys with money and cars and jewelry, but they would always be abusive. So
The fuck, Dante?
they would always be fucking.
Maybe Lane remembers the quote exactly, but Dante, his family has a history of incest, where like his auntie got pregnant by his dad. And
Yeah,
so,
but like
his
he
sister
wasn't
and his
like
cousin-
racist because like totally.
Well, now Dante is trying to mac down his sisters.
For
So I
sure,
wonder if
dude.
the incest gene didn't get passed down. Yeah, yeah, we only fuck in the family. We got royal blood.
Ryan, by the way, I just
I
want to
fucked
let you know, I listened to you for a long time. I'm in love with you.
Thanks, dude.
What's up, Ross?
Totally. Hey, Kenny, how many times? Hey, Kenny.
Ross
get
is
back
in
to
a
Dante.
pissy mood. He's on commissary.
No.
You.
No, you. Ryan wants to hear the fucking video. Play it.
Okay, dude.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, you guys
Okay.
argued over whether it was gonna be Dante or
That's
Lane.
great that you drew inspiration from that. I never saw
Who
that.
is
I
this
always
faggot?
heard the name, but
Yeah,
it
that's
looked
right.
like
It's CeeLo Green.
kind of cross between
That
like
neck
that was
tattoo
y'all
is
Black
awful.
Panther.
No, the one on the
Yeah,
left
that
below
was-
you.
And
Yeah,
my
that's right.
sisters were like, god damn. Like, all three of my sisters. But so my middle sister liked ugly dudes with money, real smooth motherfuckers. But they always ended up being abusive. And my youngest
Like
sister always like
Goldilocks. Yeah.
Hold up,
handsome
pause it,
dudes,
pause it.
Yeah.
athletic.
Pause.
What is
How
it,
come
King?
this motherfucker don't have eyebrows either? It's a comedy trick.
Yes, it's for the show.
Did Dante teach
Good
you how to do
body,
your eyebrows for
athletic.
podcasts? Yeah, you gotta pluck them. You gotta wax them off.
I go to the Indian lady.
You want to look like Ryan Longwain.
All right, Dante, give us that knowledge.
But they were usually not that smart. You know what I mean? So
It's a
as
trade-off.
Right. So as a kid, I was like, yo, and I know this is gonna sound weird, but it was like, if I was a guy who would appeal to
Don't you
all
hate
three of my
comedians that
sisters,
say
I would
like
have
all
it
the
all,
time?
right?
Fucking
So it'd be
appalling.
a good-looking guy with a nice
Dante.
body,
Quit
with money,
stalling for a
and
funny
style,
thought.
and romantic.
Like a
and
radio
kind.
guy
that's not
going,
like
They literally, like, my older sister would always take these broke dudes who were real nice,
let's go to the
average
phones.
looking, but they would be like, let's go to the park. Let's have
Or
a
go to the
picnic,
park.
you know, like free
Yeah.
shit.
Free shit. And you never called that out and was like, yo, you know he always doing free shit.
Yeah, these
Well,
are gems.
I was younger. I mean, my older sisters was young. I got one sister that's 3 years older than me, and they were all very different. And I was like, if I could get the best of all of that, I was thinking that as a kid, you know, because you horny and you know, you're like, how am I gonna work this out?
Alright,
so I
you can
get
pause
mad
it.
puss?
And
Yeah, you
Right.
seeing what girls are responding to.
Right.
He's looking at his sisters like
Yeah,
that?
that's
Is that what he's saying?
yeah, when you trying to sleep with your sisters.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
You know why the black guys always say like, and it fucking infected all the white guys? It's because it softens the blow of what you're about to say. That's why.
Is that why
Ryan,
you-
you stinko
Yeah,
maninko.
so
Yeah,
you
that's
don't
right.
say, oh, this
Yeah,
guy's a
that's right.
bitch. You go, oh, this guy's like kind of like a bitch.
No, you.
All right, no, you. I get my after show scheduled on StreamYard. Yeah, that's right.
Hey, Ryan, if you come on my after show, I'll blow you. Yeah, that's
I
right.
gotta go over here. This one.
Fuck you.
Vote for Trump.
No, me.
No, you.
Right. I don't know. Carry
Then
the
you
camera, being in
started
the
writing
started
jokes.
Cosmic, you can.
Yeah.
Oh my God! Look at
Harry
Turginian.
Yeah, I know that the point of this is to like make fun of him or whatever, but I went to Harry
No,
Turginian's
you.
wrestling. If you guys
No,
have
you.
Hold on. He's telling a Harry story.
Have you? I don't know if you guys have been that, but fucking Harry Turginian runs a wrestling league, and they do it in like New Jersey.
What?
I'm telling you, it was like
Don't
the
cut him
funnest-
off, tickle me, Elmo. He's talking.
Do you guys have you ever been to underground wrestling? It's like the
No.
fucking
Sounds
shit, dude.
gay.
Yeah, it is. It's the worst. But me and my chick went, and it's like so fun.
Did Harry?
Why is it the worst? Because there's gays.
Because it's fucking terrible, dude. It's like the fucking Z League of wrestling. And Harry's the commissioner. Like, he comes out, everyone boos him. There's 40 people in the crowd. I'm telling you.
Where do they hold that at?
They were doing it. Well, who knows where anyone's doing anything right now? But they were doing it in New Jersey, Hoboken, and then they did one in Brooklyn.
We gotta start looking
So
into
under a
Harry.
bridge.
Yeah, dude, underground. It's on Gas Digital, but underground wrestling.
Never heard of it.
It sounds like bullshit.
Yeah, I'm telling
Kenny,
you, guys
clear
are
your
missing
fucking
out.
throat.
You can be too cool. You can be too cool that you miss out on fun shit. It's like being like, I'm not watching Evil Dead. Then you watch it, you're like, pretty worth watching.
Yeah, but it sounds like bullshit.
Ryan,
Yeah, it's terrible.
I have one last question for you, and then we'll let you go.
Yeah, that's right.
Jordan Peterson's daughter, was she a cold fish in bed?
That's a good. I'll tell you what. I'll ask that and get back to you. That's a good question.
All right, you DM me, and then I'll leak it.
That's a good question. Yeah, we didn't. No one. I don't care about that. It's like, you fucked her. Yeah, like no one gives a shit about how she was.
I got a question. Is it ever uncomfortable when someone's interviewing you and they tell you you're awesome, and then possibly tell you they love you?
No, I don't know.
Because Ross doesn't know what that's like.
Did you see his answer? I don't know.
No, I don't think so.
Was the blowjob?
Ah, my Uber's here.
I half don't know if don't know which of you guys are fucking with me or not. so to be
Ryan,
completely
did my
honest.
lips feel good around your ego?
Dude, like, I'm telling you, like, half of me's like, these guys are fucking with me.
All
Ian's
man.
not.
Well, where can
He
people
sucked a
find
dick.
you? Where are your plugs at?
Yeah, Ryan Long Comedy. I release a video every Monday. I got a video coming out tomorrow morning. I'm doing a stock market thing, so we'll
I
see.
saw-
Oh, Bellin, get him.
Oh, you should have started out with that. I'd have been a much more avid fan.
Yeah, I'm doing a video tomorrow. Like, I don't know if you've seen the ones where there's like two people in two shirts, but like,
Like the woke and the race.
yeah, the woke races one. I'm doing one.
I
Two
love you.
Siamese twins. The stock market and the economy's like super sick, and the stock market's like, I'm crushing it. You can fuck yourself.
Ryan Long,
That's the
have
gist
you
of it.
ever ventured into the world of cheap online animation?
No, but my cousin's he's the director animator from BoJack Horseman. He's fucking like, so he has this like.
Oh,
big-
he's too expensive. You're never gonna get him.
Ryan
Oh,
Long.
you're
Would
saying,
you be
you're
in
saying
the-
to like animate my. I had a few people message me that like animated like a few of my clips or whatever. Is that what you mean? Like animate?
Yeah.
Like, my
Well,
things?
are you in the market?
Why do you do
for-
that?
I may do that.
Oh, that's a fucking cool skill,
So,
dude.
Ryan Wong on Philp Wave Radio in the future. That's right.
Ryan Long, we all want to really know, why are you so awesome?
Yeah, that's the best. Dude,
Ian asked earlier, you didn't answer.
Is it
We all want to
hard
know.
being as amazing as you are?
I'll tell you what, and again, I don't know if you're fucking with me, but I thought that was so funny when I went on like InfoWars and I was like ready to talk about some real shit, and then they were like, "So what's your process making videos?" And I was like, I really thought this was gonna be more intense.
Do you have any conspiracies you can drop on us?
Nah.
Are you a
Wait,
flat
wait,
earther?
Too good.
You mean you thought you were going to come into an intense interview and then instead you got a man telling you he loves you?
No, not with you guys. I thought it was just gonna be like.
Oh,
streamer
that's
shit.
what happened though. Oh.
Ross, I'm trying to get
I
that
don't know.
George
I
Floyd
thought
retweet.
yeah, I thought there was a chance. No,
I
listen. I
know.
saw you guys making fun of me, but it was one of those things where, like, the same as anything. It's like the same reason I was making all those guys are like, "Oh, you're conservative." I listened to a bit. I honestly thought you guys were really funny, but there was this part where you're like, "Oh, he's
No,
like
you didn't.
Masker
See,
and why would I? I go,
Ross,
but
if
you're
you were
like,
tonight's producer, you could have asked all the questions you want.
I know. Ryan, I normally do this show not to name drop myself. I'm kind of just
He
branching
was mentioned
out.
on Howard Stern.
Doing some charity, letting some people do this shit. I was on Lewis's too.
And I might have been on for longer.
I was the guy not in my car talking to Lewis, blowing
Right.
snot out of my nose, Ian.
And that guy still is in his car.
The one
right
dressed
now.
like the Hamburglar, remember him?
But at least you didn't tell Lewis you were in love with him.
Because Ryan is way better than Lewis.
So,
Ryan,
He doesn't want to
you're
hear that
seeing-
shit though.
You're
Ryan,
seeing
you
you
are
know
too-
you're better than Lewis, right?
Ian,
You're seeing
Ryan is
our-
worth going gay for.
You're seeing our two main co-hosts fight with each other right now. This actually happens a lot, so
Every
you're just
week.
getting a look into the normal with apology show when you're not around.
Hell yeah.
Well,
I
I'm
had to
at
make
10
some presents because I'm sure Ian didn't even. I'm surprised you found this place other than a link. I'm sure you haven't got a name of the show or anything other than the fucking link here.
Ross
Right,
Dog, I'm at 10% battery, so I'm gonna let you take over.
Okay,
and
I'm gonna
get
take off
out
when
of
you
here.
take off too. But
Okay.
yeah,
Oh, well, then I'm done here.
No.
Mr. Long, I'm actually
No,
the
I'm
one
not
hosting
staying
the
anyway,
show.
so.
I thank you for coming on my channel.
Thanks for nice talking to
You
you.
could have
Ryan.
tweeted it though. I mean, whatever.
All right, thanks for having me. Honestly, if I was
Yeah, you could have told at least one person you were coming here, but that's cool.
Ross, you see the thing that I'm doing now?
What are you doing? Acting like you're blowing Ryan?
Ryan.
Final
Peace out,
words, to
home.
you guys. I hope all you streamers make up and are friends again.
All right, bye, man.
Beat it,
Peace,
faggot.
guys.
Okay, you see how
Oh, no.
Ross took off too, but Ross, now that
God
you're
damn it.
backstage, Ross, you see how I muted myself, and now I'm right. I could do that. So when you put it back on Discord, why can't I just do this?
Kenny, shut the fuck up.
Instead of me,
Kenny, shut up.
Because sometimes we just don't want anyone to interrupt a segment on the show, Kenny. We just want to try to get it done so that way the subject doesn't change.
Cosmic, is it possible to pull up the grab bag? I do want to get the bonfire thing before we get out of here.
Look at this guy over here. Close the
One last
grab
thing,
bag.
one last
Open the
clip.
grab
Oh
bag.
no, we're gonna open the grab bag back up. We're gonna finish this goddamn thing off.
Play
What about my
Dante.
Ian Ellis
Wait, what
video?
about the Sans Entertainment part? But you only have 10% audio or
You
shit,
can
right?
you can play that if you want. It's only like 10 seconds long.
Okay, so we can do that too.
What
You
about
think
one
you
of my
like it?
Ian Ellis videos I made?
You know, our RDA Fight Club was Cosmic vs. Saiyans this week.
That's
Hold
true.
on.
It was. I forgot
I gotta
about
find
that.
it.
I forgot. Saiyan showed up to a fight night. Wait, did he?
Did
Or
he
was
show up? I don't think he did.
No, wait. He was on one of the
The
after
fight was on
shows.
Don A.
Oh, that's where it was.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah,
Long,
well,
you
it's
got no
basically the
views?
same cast of people plus Don A.
Hold on, guys. Well, he loves giving Jay the platform since he was booted here. That's why I
Ross,
think he's
my phone really is about to die. If you can come up and land this plane.
All right, come on, yeah. Let's talk about Kyle.
Everybody's talking about Ross is in jail. I like to picture him like in a white suit, carrying a briefcase that's like handcuffed to his wrist, and he's out there making moves on our behalf. He's doing some Cuban link shit behind the scenes.
Oh yeah, it's all about expansion for sure. But
3 months, man. Like Ross is doing the dirty stuff. You know, he's doing the stuff that has to get done.
3 months off, except when he comes on the shows. Then it's not 3 months off.
Well, congratulations to Ross. This is the first time you've ever taken a week off. He tells us frequently he's taking some time off, and then he's there because he's dedicated.
He's a showman. The show must go on. I hope he comes back. All right, come on, Ian. Let's look at saying spit on the floor or something. Everybody. Wait, can you hear it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, Jesus. Oh, God.
This is vintage, Kyle.
I'll spit directly on my floor. Remember that.
Give me views. Everybody go subscribe to that channel.
It was good, man. Like Colin was going on the show.
There's Rex.
Bob Kelly. You know what I mean? Like they refused to take come in. It would be fucking hilarious. You know.
The Legion of Skanks subreddit is like Rex. Like they're our fan base. They know all of comedy and they hate everyone.
I forgot Kyle's show used to be just watching him, waiting for him to fall out of his chair.
Yeah, that was a big part of it for a while. Now let's see, Ian. This is what you want to talk about.
Can I give you a
courtroom drama? Gong gong.
Can I give you a different?
I think this is
solution
a
for
different
this?
thing.
I think the fans are going to be with me on this. What's that?
Dox him, find his house,
Okay,
and
well,
then kill him.
Ian, where the
don't do that.
fuck is
Don't
the
do that.
Legion of Skank stuff? And what is there a visual
No,
image? or-
it's the bonfire. Ian
Yeah.
gave you
Oh.
misinformation.
That Legion of Skanks clip is the guy that pulled Big J off the stage. Big J's going to court for it. And well, actually, that's another stealing clip right there, because Lewis' suggestion is no, have him on the show. We'll have a trial.
So
I went,
what
"Oh,
clip
really?
am I
We're
looking? What clip am I
Go ahead
looking
and play
for?
it from there so we can hear Lewis suggest that their show have a trial.
Okay.
Guys,
forgot.
thanks for having me on.
What I
I'll
would
see you in
say
the
is,
after show.
Beat
why
it,
don't we
stupid.
invite him onto the show and
Fuck
hold
you,
our
faggots.
own
Can I tell you why?
trial.
Street justice.
Hold on. Our own trial for him on the show. Yeah, trial.
I'm gonna tell you why. I'm gonna tell you why.
So Lewis wants to have a trial.
Oh, sorry, bro. Man, the man school came up. My bad. Jesus. So
What do you
another
guys
bit
think?
stolen.
What do
That's
you guys?
another
Yeah,
bit
another.
stolen.
This week I caught him tweeting about chicken. He said, Lewis, you better not. You come for my jokes. You come for my cartoon. You better not touch my goddamn chicken, Lewis.
We had an
Another-
understanding about this, Lewis.
Exactly. He's coming all in your territory. This is a sign of disrespect, really.
The bonfire clip, that was another theft, wasn't it? Didn't
It's in there. It's probably after Dante.
It's the very last one, right?
Okay.
There's
Yeah,
not much
should be.
left on there.
What are these nerds talking? Is it the start with a nerd in a white shirt? Or is that no? That's Dante still.
That's
still Dante
Dante's
people. Okay,
guy.
okay. So it should be close, guys. Just let's get in there.
Let's just play it from there.
Then you started writing jokes.
Yeah.
Okay, perfect.
You know what, Eric?
Oh no, BMW being sold. Wait, oh no. Wait, so where was there was no bonfire clip, Ian?
I must have forgot to put it in there. I just
must have forgot to put it in there.
I just wanted to close with 3 screenshots from r/mersh.
Oh,
Shout out
clipping-
to r/mersh.
Clipping things up and making them into compilations isn't that easy, is it, Ian Ellis? Oh, gee, forgot to put it in there. Wow.
Convenient for you.
What we just learned there is Mersh's BMW that they're rooting to fail is a 1996 BMW that he paid $1,500 for.
Now,
Mersh.
Ian, some people may point out that the name of the person on that account was not only not blurred, but was not at all a person named Mersh or Michael Mersh. So how do we know that's the BMW that he bought? I'm assuming some people may have did a little bit of digging. But
I'm doing good faith that the r/mersh has uncovered the truth that Mersh bought a 1996 $1,500 BMW, and after he got the plates and the stickers, he couldn't afford to get it fixed because that broke the bank. He had less than $2,000 in savings.
I got to tell you, Ian, that does sound exactly like what happened.
All right, guys.
God damn it, Mersh.
Shout out to everyone. I got to get out of here.
All
shout
right,
out
we'll
Joe
shout out
Burney.
everyone.
Feel free to go as
right.
long as you like. Talk about Ryan Long. What'd you think of him?
Kenny TV after show.
Yeah.
Ian's gone now.
Ian.
And then there was 2 people that aren't even hosts of the show.
I know this is how it goes. We'll land this plane. Hold on, I'm gonna find the outro or the song real fast. Pull it in. Well, y'all can go over to Kenny's after show. I'm gonna go try to get something to eat. I'm fucking hungry. That's what I don't like about the With Apology show. It doesn't fall within my eating schedule. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I think we might need to push this show forward for maybe earlier in the day. CEO seems to have a bedtime of right around 9:30.
Yeah. Yeah, but then again, I mean, when can Ian jump in the car?
That's a good
He
point.
probably gonna jump in the car at certain times. They played like a Jeans and Things rap at the beginning of one of the With Apologies recently, or one of the last ones played on the chat on RDA. Oh shit, I fucked up.
Oh shit.
They gave Jinx the big shout out. What's wrong?
Oh, nothing. I'm just mimicking what you're doing right now.
Oh shit. Oh yeah. No, I clicked on the wrong video. It screamed at me. Dun, dun, dun. Fucking. I don't know. We need to push it forward so we can have more CEO time. Because CEO, I'm glad he's back. I need his.
My show starts at 11:15, says Kenny TV. So half an hour from now, guys.
Yeah, they're gonna be
some snacks.
They're gonna be waiting at the door like fiends. That's what's gonna happen.
That chat's gonna be lit up, Kenny, before you even get there.
It's gonna be lit. Oh god, Jesus, what happened, Ross? There's such a delay when this intro song comes on. Sorry, guys, it's Boomer Ops over here. Boomer Cosmic. I only was quick with the draw like twice with Ian. You know what I'm saying? I'm getting smooth.
You gotta start using your hotkeys.
Is that what it is?
Spacebar will play that YouTube video and pause it for you.
Yeah, no, I thought about that. I did think about that.
Thought
Maybe I
about that.
should.
Just didn't try it.
Because when I go over to pause it, sometimes I drag the thing back. It's not good. I don't know. I don't like to get it too experimental on air. You know what I'm saying? Don't
Yeah,
mess.
it's a fair point.
Let's mess with something. Well, it's not really working, but it's moving along. The train is running.
I hope I see the circle. We're in there.
We're in there. All right, guys. Subscribe to everyone. You already know Rex, Joe Booney. With apologies too. We need to drop that. I need to get the link for with apologies too and try to
Cosmic,
drop it everywhere because
go
that's
back. Go
what?
back retroactively and change the name of this stream to have something to do with Ryan Long, and you'll pick up some views and some subscribers.
I changed it to, what did I change it to? Ryan. At first, it was Ryan Long and Trump saves the world from dehydrated pussy, but then I changed it to with apologies with Ryan Long, I think, or something like that.
I'll have to double check. Maybe I misread.
No, at first I didn't even know Ryan. I didn't even know. Yeah, I fucked up. No, but I saw your message in the chat, and then that's what I did. I went back and changed the.
Then I need to refresh my page. All is good.
Okay. Anyway, guys, you already know the damn deal. With apologies, subscribe to Rostog. Hopefully, we can get him out of prison. We're working on his appeal because I'm tired of doing this.
They're only giving him 15 minutes of stream time a week.
See, on my computer it says K. So can I press K and that stops in like
K? I guess K would work. Maybe it's not spacebar. Maybe I'm conflating it with Sony Vegas.
Nah, I know. I'm scared to push spacebar now. Anyway, wait. Did you hear the audio? Did I share it? Damn it.
I heard it.
You hear that, Bill? All right.
We're in there.
All right,
We
guys.
did it.
Subscribe to everyone. I'm tired and I'm hungry. All radio is dead.
I'm afraid of radio wars.
You niggas try to play it, nigga.
Who is this guy? Who is this? Read that comment down there, Lance. Did you see it? This guy Ian Ellis sounds a lot better than Sanzi.
This dude has ruined being Asian for dynasties. Forget about Star Trek. There's not going to be another Asian in space for generations.
He's a man with respect. He respects women 150%. She's not even a real hoe.
This is the dumbest shit I've ever seen in my life. What the fuck are you pushing me to?
And one of her front teeth that is cut with a slant, like a 45-degree angle. How the fuck does that happen? It looks like someone cut it with a rotary tool. Yeah, get Ian Ellis on the show. He follows me on Twitter.
Spell it, Joe. I spell booty.
He's a radishy cougar. And if he thinks I'm fake news, well, you know what? Come see what fake news is, because I'll teach you what fake news is, because we are real news with Joe the Fighting Jay. We are real human beings, and nobody disrespects me. That means you're gay. Make fun of my show all you want. Hey, I don't care. See, you're the joke, not me. You're the biggest joke on the face of this earth. You don't know what you're talking. You don't make sense. You can't even show your own face. It's a super mic. I don't need no mic. Do I need a mic to be on my show? No, I don't need a mic. I don't need nothing. I just need a camera. My sports show. That's it. You have a basement that is broken down. Holes in the wall. Welcome to the gaming channel. Give me a frickin' break. I'm better than you 150%. You address the question. Who addressed the question, you fucking bitch-ass chinkster? Seriously, who wants to watch rice stir?
You got me.
Are you fucking scheming?
Yes,
Get me free cam
works
shows.
really hard all day to put these shows together so that he can get 15-minute cam shows.
Yeah.
Yes.
We get like guys that are just literally obsessed with Patrice O'Neal. I don't understand that.
So, I apologize. My name's
I
Ian.
know.
Let me
Fuck
introduce
you.
myself.
I laughed at all of your jokes. I laughed at all of Alan's jokes. I'm always good to people. Go fucking fuck yourself, dude.
What do you feel like I did to you?
Just go. Just don't talk to me.
I
Do not talk to
apologize.
me. Do not talk to me. Go away.
All right. Well, I apologize.
Well,
I
no,
made you
I
feel
don't give a
bad.
shit. Go fuck yourself.
I want to make amends. I
Yeah,
want
no, you're horrible. You're horrible, and you humiliated me in front of a room of people that I care about and respect. So please go away.
I apologize
No,
if I
you're
made
not
you
even
feel
any
bad.
good. So please go away.
Thank you.
No,
and I'm sorry.
go fuck yourself. And fucking take your fucking shitty fucking fedora and go eat a dick.
So this little fag, he goes, I don't like radio wars, and he fucking does this shit?